Into another broadcast of KSR Sports. I'm your host, Mark Mize, alongside Jennifer Hawkins, as we have Richland High School Basketball in the regular season finale. They will take on District 9A foe Cornersville, as on both sides, the Raiders and Lady Raiders have a chance to earn an outright district title. If Cornersville was to win tonight, they would share the district crown and force a coin toss to determine the number one seed. So a lot to play for here tonight, Jennifer, and you wouldn't expect any less from the Battle of Buford Station.
Absolutely. The hardwood edition, and Mark, destiny is in the hands of the Lady Raiders and the Raiders tonight. They really just need to come out and put a win on the scoreboard to not have to go that coin toss. I'm not a fan of a coin toss deciding things. You know, you play all season, put out your best efforts, and it comes down to the flip of a coin. That's not my preference. So Lady Raiders are up first tonight, so they've just got to come out and play their style of basketball and take Cornersville to task. But I think we've mentioned before, we're a little shocked that Cornersville's sitting in this position with only the one loss in the district. And so Lady Raiders do have their work cut out for them, because Cornersville coming over here, it's not an easy place to play in this gym. But Lady Raiders have just got to kind of settle in and control tempo and play their style of basketball that we've seen all season.
Well, it's funny, today whenever I explained to the folks at work at the Bank of Frank Ewing that it was going to be a coin toss if it was a tie, they were furious. They were like, that's crazy. Why would – but this is my argument. You can't do it like in football where you have wins determine it, because in basketball there's a lot more games played. Two, that really would favor teams that picked a cupcake schedule. And so, you know, you want to challenge yourselves. And then if you're losing seeding in a tie because you challenge yourself and the other team didn't challenge themselves as much, that would feel pretty bad.
Right.
And quite frankly, you look at the two schedules, Richland played a much harder schedule than Cornersville did. And as a result, you know, Cornersville's 22-3, Richland's 19-3. They also played more games, obviously, you know, based on those numbers there for those who can count at home. But you know, in that situation, you can't have it come down to overall wins, because, once again, you don't want to be playing for most wins. You want to be playing for best preparation for the postseason.
Well, it came up in conversation this morning. So I have Will Shirey in my first block, and, of course, they're always in there a little bit early because of the way the bell system is. And so we get to chat a little bit before, and I asked him, I said, what's your thoughts? I said, I know – obviously, you want to go out. You just need to win this outright, you know, because the boys are in the same boat as the girls up against Cornersville tonight. Don't want it to come down to a coin toss. And I said, but you also, it's different because you don't have the equitable schedules, things like that. And he suggested some type of just, once you go head-to-head and if it's still tied, why can you not look at those head-to-head wins and look at, like, point differential or point totals, or where you really just analyze those, you know? So he made that suggestion. I'm like, well, that's, you know, that would be a consideration. He said, I think it's got to be something better than just a flip of a coin, but, you know, you got a 50-50 shot, yes or no. And so I was glad he knew the 50-50 too. So, nice. No, great student. So, but, yeah, I don't know. So that was a suggestion.
Well, you know, you usually see in soccer the fact that you see a usually it's not goal differential, but who's allowed the fewest goals.
Right.
When you're talking about World Cup soccer and things like that. And I like that, because if you do pure point differential, what does that make you want to do? Run the score up on bad teams. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to be playing this year. They're Huntland.
Well, he meant just like it'd be just the head-to-head of the Cornersville games. So, yeah.
But, you know, I'm glad that doesn't factor in, though, in terms of point differential versus other opponents, because, once again, you know, that potentially would cause a situation where last year, in the last few years, this year you're in a much better district if you're the girls. The last few years you had, no offense to these teams, we had Hampshire, you had Colioca, you had Santa Fe, you had Mount Pleasant. I mean, you had a lot of teams that, you know, you might call also Rands, you know, that you know, have the best intentions, but at the same time aren't on the same level of a Richland and a Cornersville.
Well, you'd lose a little bit of that good sportsmanship that, you know, coaches would have to make tough decisions and stuff. And in high school, you don't necessarily want to see that. But if that's what it came down to. But I don't know, there's maybe a better answer than, I think people just get frustrated with a coin toss because, you know, it just, why that was the deciding factor. I mean, I guess it's the most fair, equitable way to do something. But I don't know, it just stings a little bit. But you know what, Mark? Right now, it's all in the hands. You get the win, then it doesn't matter about a coin toss. So, so that's what both teams realize tonight that district championship's on the line, and they can walk away with the number 1 seed moving into the tournament if they just take care of business tonight.
So Lady Raiders are 18-3 on the year, 7-0 in district play. Cornersville 23-3 on the year, 6-1 in district play. I know Cornersville didn't have as strong of a strength of schedule, but it blows my mind that they're 23-3 on the year, and they are still not appearing in the top 10, not even receiving votes in the Tennessee Sports Writers Association. I think people are sleeping on Cornersville, a Cornersville team that beat Moore County twice. And quite frankly, I think that they're making a mistake by doing so.
I think we were shocked when they beat Moore County the first time, but then to go on the road and beat Moore County on their home turf.
After you trailed by 15.
That's what I was going to say. After you were down, they battled back. Maybe you and I, because we've gotten to watch this team, and I'm with you. I don't think you can sleep on them. I think they're a team that they should be getting a little more recognition than what they're getting. And I think you look at our district too and say, hey, this is not a weak district. So they should be making a little bit of noise. They should be getting a little bit of credit for the work that they've put in this season. But their Achilles heel has been definitely playing Richland. And so I know that this is a big game. A lot of pride on the line. We talk about rivalry games, the Battle of Buford Station. So it's beyond, district obviously winning that outright is on tap for tonight. But beyond that, you got a lot of other things in play because you want to win this big rivalry matchup and kind of have the bragging rights, if you will, to get this victory.
So Lady Raiders are up first. They are up by 1 in the standings coming into the final game of the district and regular season. Of course, we will start the postseason next week. If I remember correctly, I have not received the tentative schedule because, of course, there's still some changes to be made in the seating potentially tonight. But I believe that the play-in game will be Monday and Tuesday. Monday girls, Tuesday boys. Neither of these two teams have to worry about that because they're the top 2 seeds there. And then Thursday, Friday would be the semifinals on the girls and the guys side with championship and consolation the following Monday and Tuesday. By the end of the night, I should know that for sure, but that's what I'm hearing so far. And so Lady Raiders trying to pick up that number 1 seed. They defeated Cornersville by 14 points last time these two teams played. And on the boys' side, once again, people don't like it when I do this. On the girls' side, this is going to be an incredibly close game. Lady Raiders are going to have to bring their best. On the boys' side, they dominated this district by a little larger margin than the girls did. Not because they were necessarily a better team, because quite frankly, the rankings would suggest the Richland girls are better. But because this district is just not quite as strong on the boys' side. Cornersville, 6-1. But when these two teams played at Dwight Clark earlier this season, Richland won by 22. Aiden Campbell scored 23. He's a don't on the girls, obviously, but I think the boys are truly a step above. And so we'll see how that plays out as well, Jennifer.
Yeah, and a slight factor you have to consider is both these teams did have a travel game last night at Loretto. Suffered some losses there. Girls was a 13-point loss. Don't let that fool you. It was a close game down to the end, and it came down to foul shots. And the boys lost on a heartbreaker buzzer beater right at the end by 1. So is that going to be a little bit of factors? There's going to be a little bit of fatigue after having a late night last night. We'll see how that plays out tonight, but I think they're going to be hyped up and ready to go. Coaching staff always does a good job to make sure that they're focused for the game at hand.
So Lady Raiders versus Lady Bulldogs coming up in just a moment, but we're going to get the invocation and the national anthem first, as we'll be bringing you district basketball here on KSR Sports.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice-cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or a friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice-cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together, taste better.
May Oil Company, a 4th-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raider Sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
This is Mike Keefe for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
And we are back here. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins, as it's Lady Raiders versus Lady Bulldogs with an outright district championship on the line here at Cornersville High School. Lady Raiders won the first matchup this year by 14, but Cornersville has been red hot. They're 23-3 on the year, and they're trying to earn a straight tie for this district title.
That's right, Mark, and we're getting the starting lineups for both teams, so we'll give you a quick rundown. You are super familiar, folks, if you've listened or watched any of the Lady Raiders. It's the Fab Five that we're used to seeing get this game rolling. It is Mary Avery McNeese, Bailey Blair, Bailey Hollis, Kate Kirk, and Elizabeth Gordon are going to get the go for your Lady Raiders. Over on the Cornersville side, Mark, you got those?
As for the Lady Bulldogs, it's going to be Abigail Finley, Camille Franklin, Anna Marie Cooper, Emma Kate Donovan, and Sarah Kate Walker. Also a very veteran squad for the Lady Bulldogs there. Last time these two teams played, neck and neck in the first half. But I think that fatigue made a difference in the second half for Cornersville. They've had more time to improve that area as the season has worn on. And so we'll see what these two teams bring tonight. But it is Richland versus Cornersville. We're ready to get underway here. Camille Franklin and Mary Avery McNeese will do the honors for the opening tip.
Big crowd on hand to support both these teams, as we anticipated, Mark, and we're underway.
Franklin wins the opening tip, and so first possession of the night will go to Cornersville. Donovan has it top of the key, guarded by Elizabeth Gordon here. A raucous crowd here. Talked to some folks, and even some folks who don't usually head out for Richland Cornersville today said they were going to make a trip here tonight. Finley puts up the first shot of the day. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Gordon. Lady Raiders trying to press here. Remember, Cornersville likes to slow down a game defensively. Wants a low-scoring affair here. McNeese on the baseline, steps out of bounds. That'll be a turnover, Cornersville basketball.
You know, you mentioned the last matchup they had, the game first half was neck and neck. That's kind of what we've seen a little bit. That might be maybe the one area that Lady Raiders needed to improve on early in the season was they kind of got going second half. That was a game that illustrated that a whole lot. But I tell you, the last few games, they've been four quarters really strong, and so that's what we need to see tonight. Full
court press works out here as McNeese to the hoop, puts it up, puts it in off the steal. 2-0 Richland with 7:13 remaining in the first quarter. Emma Kate Donovan beats the press here. She's trapped in the corner by Hollis, but she'll give it off to Finley, the point guard. Lady Raiders Turnovers could allow them to play the fast break offense here tonight, which is something Cornersville really tries to stop. But we'll see as the night goes on. Franklin has it. She's working against McNeese. Throws into the corner. It's Donovan. Donovan gets it down low to Franklin. Franklin versus McNeese. Puts the shot up. No good. Finley does have the rebound there. Cornersville will get another shot at this.
Lady Raiders, this defense being tested a little early. Of course, this defense has been a lot of the pressure that we've seen all season.
Franklin puts it up, puts it in for 2. She ties up the game at 2-all. Now we're going to see a full court press for the Lady Bulldogs. Blair gets it up to McNeese. They do beat the press. They get down low to Kirk, but through her hands. McNeese may have led her a little too far. They're out of bounds. That'll be a second straight turnover for Richland.
So both teams, you've got the feeling they're trying to settle in just a bit. They know this is a big game, a little bit of nerves in play.
2-2 is your score 2 minutes into this ball game. Franklin pull-up jumper from the free throw line. No good, rebounded by Gordon. Gordon brings it up the floor, gets it up to McNeese.
Grab that offensive board, doesn't get it completely to herself, but does cost the tie-up so that Raiders can maintain possession.
Yeah, I see that we're seeing a little buffering there. You know, at Cornersville, you're going to see a little bit of that because not a lot of good cell service here. Blair comes up with a steal. She puts it up, puts it in. Another big steal. And now we're going to see a referee's timeout here. As I wonder what the call is here. 5:32.
They're trying to clarify something at the scoring table.
Yeah, I'm not sure. 4-2, Lady Raiders lead with 5:32 remaining in the first quarter. Blair hits that shot. Franklin nearly loses it here. Gordon comes to guard her. Franklin picks it back up. She gets it across the timeline. Tie-up. This one will go to Cornersville. We saw 10 tie-ups. Moore County versus Richland earlier this year. 2 so far tonight. Jennifer, can we get to 10?
I don't know that we'll ever see another game with double-digit tie-ups, but we're off to a strong start on this one.
Lady Bulldogs have the lead, trailing by 2. Franklin pulls up. Her shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, but they're going to call another tie-up, and that will be Richland basketball. Jennifer, I think we can get to 10.
We may have to start tracking that because that's, what, 3 already?
3 already. Blair gets the inbound. She's into the front court. Fighting as nearly lost the ball there. McNeese has it now. She's trapped. Needs to get rid of quickly. 5 seconds is nearly called there, but Lady Raiders able to pass it off and knock out that 5-second call. 3-pointer on the way for Hollis. It's no good. Kirk with the offensive rebound. Kirk wanted to go back up, but she'll feed now to McNeese. McNeese spins. Back to Kirk now. Kirk drives baseline. Feeds. Hollis wide open. Her shot no good, though. And McNeese picks it up. Out of bounds, it'll be Cornersville basketball.
So a couple opportunities, good offensive boards, but that just means shots were not quite falling. Good pressure there by Cornersville, but Lady Raiders able to kind of fight through it, grabbing boards. Now they just need shots to go.
Cooper gives it to Franklin. Franklin to the hoop. Franklin puts it up. No good. Rebounded by McNeese. It looks like they want to really run that offense through Franklin here tonight. McNeese has her shot partially blocked. She puts it up now. No good. Hollis offensive board. Lady Raiders may need to slow things down here a bit. Leading by 2 with 4:10 remaining in the first.
Yeah, and I think that's Bailey Blair. You just see her motion, like, let's calm down. Like, she dribbles back out and trying to get her team reset.
Blair is going to be tripped there. That'll be the first foul of the night for either team. Goes against Anna Marie Cooper. Danny Lynn Galloway comes in place of Mary Avery McNeese.
We've seen a lot of good minutes from Galloway off the bench.
Gordon to Blair for 3, no good. Donovan comes up with the rebound. Donovan looks like she'll race into the front court now. 2 passes later, Finley has it on the wing. Zone here, they're going to let Finley take a 3. She can't hit it. Gordon comes up with a rebound. Gordon, what a pass to Hollis. Hollis puts it up, puts it in. How about the court vision there for Elizabeth Gordon?
I just fixed to say she dribbles so well with her eyes up, and it pays off for her. Spots Hollis wide open under the bucket.
On the other side now, Walker will take a shot here. Tipped in. Marie Cooper able to get the rebound. Franklin, it's a bounce pass. It'll be out of bounds. Looks like Richland defensively has really frustrated Cornersville so far, Jennifer.
Mark, that's kind of been their MO all season. These teams are just kind of tired of this defense from the Lady Raiders because they can't get away from them. They're so quick, and they use that speed to trap and irritate as much as possible.
Gordon has it, bounce pass. Galloway thinks about putting it up, loses it for a moment. Now loses it a second time. Fourth tie-up of the night. This one goes to Cornersville.
Well, maybe they heard us that we said it's not even going to get close, but yeah, it's just hustle plays. That's what happens when you have a lot of tie-ups.
Blair comes up with a steal here. Blair has it tipped away. They're going to say Cornersville ball. Blair didn't go after it because she thought that Cornersville had touched it last.
Yeah, she thought it was tipped away, and so she didn't try to chase it down or anything, lets it roll out of bounds, and kind of shocked by, you could tell the surprise on her face.
Richland showing more full court press than we've seen regularly this year, and so far it's frustrated Cornersville a bit. Cornersville kind of an awkward shot there. I thought it might get called a travel. Full court pass to Elizabeth Gordon. McNeese to Gordon, and she's fouled. 2 free throws on the way for Gordon.
Yeah, nice long court pass to find Gordon streaking as she was cheating back and had a lane, and then Walker was just going to come in and stop the shot.
First free throw is good. That makes it 7-2 Richland with 2:30 remaining in the first quarter. Gordon's second one rims out. Donovan. Her pass up. Shot is no good, though. By new into the game, that was Faith Iguya. Bounce pass to McNeese. McNeese puts it up, puts it in off the glass. Lady Raiders, multifaceted scoring approach. They have 4 scorers so far, and they lead 9-2.
Just a solid, nice turnaround there by McNeese and confidence to take that shot.
Walker, 3. This one an air ball. Cooper tipped out of bounds. Richland basketball.
You can see across the way, Mark, Cornersville fans are in shock. I mean, we're 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and they have 2 points on the board. This is not what they're used to seeing.
Defensively, I think they've looked about as good as we're used to seeing. However, Richland defensively has just absolutely dominated this game. Cornersville's offense has looked out of sync all night. The only play that I think has looked good was a play in which you give to Franklin and kind of let her freestyle. Pull-up jumper, Blair. No one does it better than Bailey Blair there. 11-2 is your score with 1.5 minutes remaining in the first.
It is a thing of beauty to watch her stop and hit that jumper. Nobody, like you said, nobody does it better.
Like I said, I always mention this, but I don't think anyone has done it better at that exact spot from the court since Jessie Jennings.
Yeah.
Long 2, no good. Blair rebounds. She'll bring it up the floor now. As a turnover on the other side, though, underneath the basket. Cornersville will try to get out and run. Richland, though, gets back, slows them down here. Finley top of the key, just 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They may hold for the last shot here after a tough first 8 minutes for the Lady Bulldogs. Going to get a blocking foul there against Blair.
That's going to be the first team foul of the night for the Lady Raiders. Only 2 on the other side for the Lady Dogs. So nobody really in foul trouble in this first quarter.
Donovan being held off there by Gordon. Donovan, kind of an awkward long 2-pointer. I don't know if that's the shot they wanted her to take. She misses it. And now with 30 seconds, Richland potentially can hold for the last shot.
Yeah, Blair calling from the top of the key for Gordon to come up so they can kind of settle in and run this offense down 15 seconds.
They wanted to get Blair open there on the 3 on the lob pass from McNeese. Galloway, she'll kick back. Oh, Blair wide open. Can't get it to go. Gordon fighting for the rebound. Kirk's got to get it off. She can't in time, as that will end the first quarter. 11-2 is your Richland lead as we head to the second quarter here on KSR Sports.
At Haney Realty and Property Management, we strive to work with all of your real estate needs. Listing, buying, property management, or rental, we have got you covered. Call me, Daniel Haney, at 931-309-8291 or come by the office located at 109 South 1st Street in Pulaski, and one of our agents will be able to assist you. Our website is www.haneyrealtypm.com. Haney Realty and Property Management. We are your best friend in real estate.
For all your real estate, property management, and auction needs, contact Haney Realty Auction Company.
Hey, buddy, why the throwback uniform?
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy sun-drop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold sun-drop today.
And we are back here. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins, bringing you Lady Raider basketball here on KSR Sports. Richland leads 11-2 after one quarter of play. They will have the ball first to start the second quarter. And Jennifer, would you believe that neither team has had a first Realty Group three-pointer yet tonight?
No, because both these teams have been so strong throughout the season from that mark. But, yeah, I don't think anybody anticipates.
Oh, nice pass, and Cooper finishes. Her first points of the night. 11-4 is your score. With 7:12 remaining here in the second quarter. Blair brings it across the timeline. McNeese, left wing, gives it off to Galloway. Galloway thinks about a three. She'll hand off to Gordon. They get down to McNeese. McNeese puts it up off glass. No good. Lady Bulldogs rebound.
So Lady Raiders coming out in the second quarter, getting some good looks, just nothing to drop. But you notice they're not having to rush on offense, Mark, because when you have a lead, you can kind of be a little more selective.
Yeah, just a brilliant defensive performance so far. A few first 2 minutes. McNeese for three, and it's good. There's your first Realty Group three-pointer of the night for Mary Avery McNeese. She leads all scorers with 7.
Buckets from downtown makes it look easy, Mark. She and Bailey Blair both just have such a beautiful shot.
14-4 is your score with 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Cooper, kind of an awkward spot there. She gets bailed out, kicks it back out to Franklin. Now Guya will drive versus Kirk. Spins, hands it back off to Donovan. Tipped and stolen. Bailey Blair has it. Blair has it tipped away, out of bounds. Richland basketball. Referee had to ask for help there, but Cornersville just looks so uncomfortable offensively right now in their half-court offense, Jennifer.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to make the call. He was the one that was over when the ball went out, but I guess didn't have the right angle.
You know what I was always taught? You know, I had to go to refereeing school as part of my athletic coaching minor in college. And make a confident call. First thing, body language speaks to what happened on the play. I mean, if Blair doesn't go after a ball that she easily could have gotten, that probably suggests to you that she does not believe that she touched it last. Blair, three-pointer. She sinks it. Another first Realty Group three-point basket. Lady Raiders up 17-4. McNeese steals the ball. And then I believe they're going to say there was a reach-in foul committed by Cornersville. But just the best start you could hope for if you're the Lady Raiders.
Yeah, now that they're hitting from the perimeter as well, that just adds that extra element to their offense. So Lady Bulldogs thinking, okay, now we got to make sure we guard out there because we know they can hit that, warming that shot up.
McNeese gives it off to Galloway. Galloway playing extended minutes. Trying to hand off to Blair there, but it is stolen. Finley, fast break. Her shot up, no good though. Good job by Kirk to alter the shot. And now Lady Raiders are out and running. Blair through traffic, Blair. What will the call be? They're going to say she was fouled. 2 free throws coming for Blair. But that really shows you that even a one-on-one break where Finley has the inside cut, right now Cornersville just getting nothing, because on a play like that, even Kate Kirk, in a bad position there, is able to get back and defend the play.
Yeah, she just goes straight up with her defense, and like you said, just enough to interrupt. And does it without fouling, so that smart move.
Blair hits the first, hits both free throws. Lady Raiders 3 for 4 on the night from the line. They lead 19-4 with 4:38 remaining in the quarter. Just another example of Franklin, who has a little bit of a fast break there, but she pulls up from the free throw line, misses the shot off the back iron. Richland rebounds. Blair drives. Blair bounce pass to Kirk. Kirk wasn't really expecting it, but able to pull it in. Now we're going to have a pushing foul called against Cornersville. That's their 3rd of this quarter. But once again, you're just not taking high percentage shots if you're Cornersville. Franklin has a chance for a one-on-one there. She wanted to note multiple fouls so far for Anna Marie Cooper and Emma Kate Donovan. And so a couple players in foul trouble so far for the Lady Bulldogs. Blair nearly gets the steal there. Cooper this time passes it to Mary Avery McNeese. Gets it up to Blair. Blair fast break. Blair tipped out of bounds. It'll be Richland basketball.
Yeah, good heads up play on the defensive end by McNeese, as she's able to just get right in the step of that passing lane, grab it out of the air. Looked like a good football reception there, and puts the brakes on so she doesn't travel either.
McNeese has had a truly elite night defensively so far, but so is Hollis. So is Blair.
Yeah, pass was a little bit errant, and Kirk trying to get it back, reaches in and commits the foul.
Yeah, I apologize. We're having a little bit of buffering here once again. Kind of comes down to, the fact that we are working with cell service here in Cornersville. Not always the best, but still looks like we're getting most of the stream out. Cornersville has the ball. 3.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 19-4. Richland leads just 4 points through the first 11 minutes tonight. There's a steal for Hollis, and Chad Hall gets a quick 30-second timeout. We will take that timeout with him. 19-4, your score with 3:19 remaining in the second quarter.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
And we are back here. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. The Lady Raiders commit a turnover there underneath the basket, but they lead 19-4 with 3:11 remaining in the quarter. Donovan inbounding underneath the basket, gets out to Walker. Walker for 3. No good. Hollis rebounds. Lady Raiders out and running. Kirk, she's going to drive. Kicks to McNeese. Back up top to Blair. She'll turn back and ask for the call from Coach Chad Hall and the bench.
This is what we mentioned earlier, is they don't have to get in a huge hurry on offense. When you've got a 15-point lead, you kind of get to control the pace and tempo.
We're going to have a foul here as a great bounce pass from Blair to Kirk. Kirk is fouled on the way up. 2 free throws coming for Kirk. The thing is, I think that Cornersville is a much better half-court defensive team than they are when you're forcing them on the fast break. That's a third player for Cornersville with multiple fouls now, Anna Kate Walker. Kirk misses the first, but Richland, you can tell, even when they don't really have numbers, they're still trying to press tempo, you know, as 0 for 2 there on the free throw attempts. And I think it's kind of had Cornersville a little out of sorts. Still a pretty good night defensively for them, but they do trail by 15 here.
Yeah, you can see the frustration from the Lady Dogs because they're used to these shots going in. Could be a little bit of, you know, playing tight because they know what's on the line tonight, so just can't get things to go.
Richland has the ball back. Hollis, 3. No good. McNeese fighting for the rebound here. Multiple players hit the deck. Cornersville does get the ball. Cooper, bounce pass. Walker, 3. In and out. Bounce, bounce. Finally, it goes back to Walker. Gets her own very long rebound. Cornersville has the ball back with 1:46 remaining in the second quarter.
Went through a lot of hands on that rebound. Thought I was in a volleyball match for just a minute.
At this point, it almost feels like first team to 30 points is going to win tonight.
Yeah, no high score.
Cornersville won a game versus Huntland 30-20 earlier this year, and I was kind of thinking, I was like, golly, that's a low-scoring game. But honestly, a Huntland team that's not very good. But what really has me thinking Cornersville truly is in an elite category. 3-pointer on the way for Walker. This one an air ball. Tipped out of bounds, will still be Cornersville basketball. Beating Moore County twice, including in Lynchburg. Shows you how dangerous Cornersville is, though. On the right night, this Cornersville team is very, very good. I just don't think we've seen their best basketball tonight.
No, not at all. And you can tell the reaction from their fans. They're just kind of in shock, pretty quiet on the far side, except their student section.
Once again, I see that we're coming a little in and out here. We may at halftime try to swap things up and come back on the air. But we'll go ahead and go to the half. 30 seconds here. Richland has the basketball. McNeese for 3. And she sinks it. That is a First Realty Group 3-pointer for Mary Avery McNeese. She now has 10 points on the night. 22-4 is your score. Hollis with the steal. Lady Raiders 14 seconds. A chance to do more. Tipped out of bounds. Yeah, well, I think we've seen 5 times now where we've kind of buffered out for a second, but like I said, we're doing our best here. Sometimes you get in a road environment where it's not great cell service. That's why we chose not to do video tonight, was we thought it would be tougher and we would hear less audio if we also had to worry about the video. Blair, step back, 3, no good. Blair gets it back, 2 seconds, 1. At the buzzer, her shot no good, but Lady Raiders, first half was pretty good. 22-4 is your score at the break. We'll be back after a 3-minute timeout with some halftime thoughts and stats here from Cornersville.
We meet by accident, a play on words, but when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
This is Jill Kilburn with Big Green Dumpster. Whether you're cleaning out the garage or tackling a renovation, we've got you covered. We have 4 dumpster sizes, 11 to 30 yards. Order before 1 p.m. for same-day delivery. We offer demolition and junk removal. We offer a contractor's discount and include a direct text line for prompt service. Serving Middle Tennessee and North Alabama, our prices are online, so book now at biggreendumpster.pro or call 931-903-2424. Big Green Dumpster.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski. We're focused on keeping you at your best with annual screenings and preventative care. Having a family doctor helps you stay healthy, so our Southern Tennessee Medical Group makes it easy to find one. Call 1-800-424-DOCS. That's 1-800-424-3627, or visit southerntmpulaski.com to find a primary care physician.
First Realty Group has been serving Giles and Lawrence County and beyond for decades. We're first because we have the best selection of land, homes, and commercial properties to choose from. Our fair price promise means you can shop with peace of mind locally and with customer care not found elsewhere. We also understand the buying process and what it takes to make it easy, from title to escrow to closing. First Realty Group. First for a reason. Visit frg1.com for all of your buying needs in Giles County.
And we're back here at the half. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. Lady Raiders lead this one in what in the first half's been a laugher, 22-4 over Cornersville. This game billed as a game for a district title, and based on what we've seen from Cornersville in 3 or 4 games this year, I believed it, but not what we've seen here tonight. Not great half-court offense for Cornersville, not great shot selection. But I think the biggest story is Richland has overly prepared for this game, and it's really showing what they're made of when they put their best game together.
And truly is showing up on that defensive end as forcing the Lady Bulldogs to probably not get their best shot selections, the interruption, the frustration, I don't know many other ways to explain this defense other than people, if you've seen it, you know what we're talking about. And it does something to these offensive teams that normally shoot really well on other nights, but the Lady Raiders have just come out and really just dominated on that defensive end. And Cornersville doesn't really know how to answer, and you can see it, so coming over here, Friday the 13th, Lady Raiders coming out saying, we ain't scared. So, they're I know you're not superstitious at all. You're not even a little stitious. So, but you always wonder, 3-day weekend coming up. There's Valentine's. It was hoopla today at school.
Yeah.
Today we had a fundraiser going on and all the flowers delivered. Is that going to be a distraction? But Lady Raiders came in very focused with a good game plan as always, and really taking Cornersville out of this game in the first half. 4 points. I don't think you or I, either one, anticipated that.
Yeah, and I will say this. 2 things. One, it's funny that no matter what I say about Cornersville, it ends up being wrong. Because, before district play, when we did our preview for district play on our podcast, Beyond the Box Score, Thursday evenings at 4 p.m.
Check it out.
Yeah, as I say, shameless self-promotion there. But I said, they only have 2 losses so far, Cornersville. But they've played a really weak schedule. Like, the best team they had probably played might have been Eagleville. And so I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, I really think it's going to be Richland and Moore, and Cornersville is going to be in the conversation. And I kind of undercut him a little bit, and I wonder if a few people who did see that might have been upset. Then last week I was kind of like, hey, they beat Moore twice now. I'm really impressed. I think they're for real. I think their stamina issues have been alleviated. And now they come out tonight, and they only score 4 points in the first half. Now, like I said, too, you know what game this reminds me of? And you're going to laugh when I say it, but I think this is a great example. This reminds me of the Richland versus McKenzie game on the football side for Richland. You know why that is? Because Richland prepared for multiple weeks for a game because they knew they could. And when you really focus in on an opponent and you spend all week, even though you have another game versus Loretto, preparing for this game because this has to be the most important game of the week. Chad said that in our podcast this past week. He said Cornersville has to be the most important game of the week. You can see what happens.
Yeah, I think you're right, because wondering, did the loss last night affect them? I think it just kind of kept them fresh for tonight because they didn't get an earlier game in the week. And so, and they know that loss didn't matter because, that's out of district, out of classification.
Yeah.
That's not going to affect anything. And this was the must win. I mean, that's exactly okay, so, and, they lost to a really good Loretto team. And so,
yeah.
And Loretto hit free throws at the end. That's what it came down to. But it's just one of those things that was just a work-in game to get ready for tonight. I think it's paying off for the Lady Raiders.
2 things that have impressed me the most is, one, that full-court press that we haven't seen much of. A few maybe wrinkles that we haven't seen on film yet. Cornersville hasn't been ready for it. And 2, Richland, they're saying, hey, Cornersville wants to play a slow game. We're not going to let them do it.
Yep.
We're going to run the fast break when there's no fast break to be ran. When it's a 3-on-3, we're still running the fast break. When it's a 2-on-4, we're still running the fast break. They don't need numbers to push tempo. And a lot of times tonight, it's worked. They've gotten Cornersville 3 different players in foul trouble with multiple fouls there. And so for me right now, I think there's only one thing you can really nitpick Richland on. In the half-court offense, they're committing turnovers.
Yep. When
they're not pushing tempo, the offense hasn't looked very good. But Cornersville's an elite defensive team in the half-court. Not in the fast break, but in the half-court. And so to me, I think that if Cornersville could find a way to slow this down to a slog in the second half, that's their only chance to get back into this. Because if Richland's out and running, Cornersville ain't going to come within 10 tonight. But Cornersville's a good team, too. They're a well-coached team, too. I know they're making halftime adjustments.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see what's going to happen after halftime. But I think from the Lady Raiders, it's going to be more of the same. And that's what we said that we've seen in the last couple of weeks is they'd been a little bit of a slow starting team, and so it'd take them late in the second quarter or even the second half for a lot of games for them to really start those moments of shining, And so now we're starting to see that from the tip-off, and they kind of just take over and say, you know what, we may be on your court, but this is our game, and we're going to show you how it's done. And so they control all the pace, and they've done that really from the beginning and kind of taken Cornersville out of this early. I anticipate that's what the second half is going to be as well.
So Cornersville's season low in scoring was 30 in that win over Huntland, which feels crazy to say. You scored 30 and won 30-20 in that one. I'll be honest, I don't know how they get to 30 tonight at this rate.
Would be a lot. Now, I think they'll adjust, and they're probably going to start putting a few points up and stuff. They're not going to sit at 4, but
right. But I see them getting to about 20 or so.
Yeah.
I don't know that they get to 30 at this point. And so that will do it for our halftime report there as Richland back out on the floor. Cornersville will have possession first as nearly stolen by Bailey Hollis on the first possession. So more of the same, and also more of the same in the sense that Richland pushing tempo here. They do deny Blair on that play, and so she has to give it off to Gordon. Multiple players hit the floor, tipped around, still multiple players on the floor, and finally they call a foul against Cornersville. I think that might be Donovan's third.
Well, I'm a little shocked because I thought she was on the floor. I thought it was going to be a tie-up maybe, but I don't know. Interesting call.
It is her third. And, you know, Cornersville does not go very deep. Gordon to Hollis. Hollis just standing on the wing here, gets it to Kirk. Kirk can take a three if she wants. She does. She sinks it. First Realty Group three-pointer for Kate Kirk. Her first points of the night, 25-4.
Good way to crack the scoring column, and there's Kirk defensively.
Steals it there at half court, gives it off, give and go between Blair. Kirk puts it up, puts it in. Everything going Kate Kirk's way in the second half. She has the first 5 points for Richland, 27-4. Jennifer, just unbelievable. McNeese steals it here. Ooh, but Hollis goes down in non-contact there. And so Cornersville will get it back. And wow, they have a big numbers here. But Kirk gets to it, tips it. Foul, though, will be called on Gordon on the push.
I was kind of snickering because Kirk almost runs over a fan that's underneath the basket and immediately apologizes.
Yeah.
I mean, so, of course, if you're going to stand there, you got to be ready.
I think they gave the ball to the wrong team. Richland just inbounded, but I swear that she called Cornersville ball.
I was going to say, the lady official, she blew her whistle. She's like, that's not the call I made.
Yeah, Richland actually inbounded. They finished the inbound. Ooh, multiple players down, out of bounds, as McNeese and Franklin both jumped for that one. And Franklin fell on top of McNeese. No foul, though. Just tipped out of bounds. Cornersville fans want a foul, but McNeese was in front of Franklin.
I was saying she was underneath.
What's the call?
Yeah, I know. What do you call there?
Missed shot there for Walker. Get up to Hollis. Hollis to Kirk. Tipped. Out of bounds. It'll be. They're calling Cornersville basketball. Awful call.
Oh,
there.
wow.
I mean, it's fine. It's a 23-point lead, but probably the worst call I've seen this year.
I think they're going to overturn it.
They're going to talk it through.
Yeah, I think even the Cornersville fans were shocked because you see it change direction.
They're giving it to Richland now. Cornersville doesn't like that, but that is the right call. I'll give Cornersville a lot of credit. They're loud. They're involved tonight. Fans really staying in it in a 27-4 game, and so a lot to be proud of there in terms of, you know, the fans really making this a tough atmosphere. But
well, the ESPN crew's here, Mark, across the way. We got some competition of sorts. So some of their high school students dressed up.
They always do that. And honestly, I like it.
It's fun to see.
Funny.
Yep.
But not much for them to talk about so far in a 27-4 ball game. And their homestead in Cornersville is on the wrong side of it. A bunny there for Cornersville, and they can't even hit that. Just poor shooting night. They must be shooting under 5% from the field.
Yeah, I mean, goodness, Mark, I don't know that I've ever really seen anything like this. They honestly cannot get a shot to fall.
5:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Three-pointer for McNeese. She sinks it. Mary Avery McNeese, her first Realty Group three-pointer of the night. She's heating up. There's a steal. Bounce pass Hollis. Hollis to the rim. No good. But 30-4 is your score. As I believe Cornersville called a timeout there, and a little argument here between the referee. I think that's McMahon, the Cornersville coach, as he wanted to see a couple fouls there. But Richland's just been playing great defense. Full timeout, we'll take it as well. 30-4, Richland on top with 5:19 remaining in the third.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice-cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice-cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together, taste better.
And we're back here. Lady Raiders on top, 30-4. You heard that right, 30-4 over Cornersville in a bout between the top two teams in District 9A.
Yeah, complete surprise. We anticipated Lady Raiders would really dominate and win this game, but I don't know that we thought we'd be sitting at 4 points for Cornersville in the third.
Nearly a steal there. Cornersville able to get it back. And like I said, Cornersville in a little bit of foul trouble here. Cooper shot no good. Franklin rebound no good. Franklin another putback. This time she gets it to go. She had the first points of the night, but now only 4. And I think they need to run their offense through her a bit more. We're going to get a push called against Richland, I believe, on that one. So off the ball foul, that'll be an offensive foul, gives it back to Cornersville. 30-6 is your score.
Yeah, just got a little held up and pulled up just before the half line and got caught on that 10-second call.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw him with the push symbol and the 10 seconds are the same thing.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, my apologies.
It was a 10-second violation.
Kirk to the hoop. Puts it up, can't get it to go, gets another chance here, and she follows through. 7 points this quarter for the sophomore Kate Kirk, 32-6. Donovan, floater. Hollis, tie up. That's our 5th of the night for those keeping track at home. Richland basketball.
Galloway back into the lineup for the Lady Raiders in place of Mary Avery McNeese getting a rest.
Blair up to Hollis. Hollis finds Kirk. Gordon drives, kicks to Hollis. Working around the perimeter here. Blair has it top of the key. Blair, three-pointer. This one's off. Rebounded by Blair. Blair, shot no good. Multiple players on the floor. And there's your 6th timeout. Oh, actually, the head ref is saying she's going to give Chad Hall a timeout here. I don't know if there was enough possession to give a timeout,
yeah.
But
it was awarded.
Sometimes you take what you can get, Jennifer. 32-6 Richland ball with 3:34 remaining in the third. We'll be back after a 30-second break.
May Oil Company, a 4th-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
And we're back here. Steal there for Camille Franklin. Franklin looking to run the other way here, and Kirk there gives her a shove. Says, hey, you know, you may get some points at the line, but you're not getting this shot.
I believe that's going to be the 2nd on Kirk. 2nd team foul here for the Raiders in this third quarter. Sends Franklin to the line since she was in the act of shooting.
Franklin gets the first to go. She has 5 of her team's 7 points. That was Kirk's 2nd foul. No, she's the first player with multiple fouls for Richland.
Kirk's going to sit a spell. Mary Avery McNeese back into the lineup for the Lady Raiders.
Blair gets it up to McNeese. McNeese drives with the left hand. McNeese puts it up off glass in. She actually leads all scorers with 15. 34-8 with 3:13 remaining in the third.
So we're going to get a quick reach-in foul on Gordon. So a couple quick fouls back-to-back. That's Gordon's 2nd, 3rd team foul for the Lady Raiders in this third quarter. Of course, when they hit 5, that's an automatic double bonus.
Yep. Franklin thinks about a 3 there. Hands it off to Finley. Like I said, half-court offense. Cornersville just looks really, really out of sync tonight. Really doesn't look like they know what they want to do. Three-pointer, kind of a little fadeaway for Franklin, but she hits it. She's just offensively by far the best player on this team. You know, I want to see her taking 3 out of every 4 shots if I'm the Lady Bulldogs fans. It'll be a blocking foul there called against Cornersville. I mean, don't you agree, though?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she looks like she's the only one that's able to kind of hit something right now. She's found a little bit of rhythm in this third quarter.
Yeah.
When they've struggled so bad.
She's scored 7 this quarter. And she's kept her team from this being a 30-point deficit, 34-11. Right now, Lady Raiders on top. Denise kicks, Hollis, three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Cornersville. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Finley brings it up. Bounce pass down in the corner. Anna Marie Cooper. Franklin. A little give and go there with Finley. Franklin shot up, no good. Tipped around, rebounded by McNeese. Blair has it out and running. Blair looks like she's taking it to the hoop. Probably a charge. Yeah, that's the right call there.
But Blair went down awkwardly. She's still down. So don't want to see that at all. Let's see if she just needs a minute. She hit the floor hard.
Yeah, based on the body language there, I think the breath might have been knocked out of her. Yeah, she's getting up under her own weight here.
Yeah, I hope that's all it was. I mean, you don't want that to happen, but.
Well, she sat up now. She hadn't gotten up all the way yet, but she's probably going to need a spell here, and they're probably going to need Gordon to run the offense at the point guard position. Yeah, Blair is walking to the bench now, but you're right. She did go down hard, and really the heart and soul of this Lady Raiders team.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to see that as a Raider fan. One for the offense, but just more. You just love to watch her play on the court. She just needs a minute to let that wear off. She's got a minute 42 till the end of this quarter. I say she probably sits at least till the fourth.
I will say, though, I kind of feel like Blair may have had the competitive juices going a little bit too much there, as the Cornersville player was set from about 10 feet away, and she just went right at her as McNeese comes through Franklin there. Called for the foul. Richland might need to settle down a little bit. Obviously not in any danger here, up 34-11 with a minute and a half to go in the third, but committed a couple fouls there that you really didn't need to.
Well, now Blair's going with the trainer here from Cornersville, so that's not necessarily a good sign, but maybe they're just going to kind of check her out.
It may be a concussion protocol. I mean, you heard how hard she went down. I don't see the visible injury in terms of, a wrist, a knee or anything, but at the same time, they're required to check them out no matter what. And so, like I said, not saying necessarily she has the injury, but, they have to be so cautious, Jennifer, for the player's safety. We'll find out quick what it was because, we'll find out if she comes back to the bench. There's a push called against Cornersville.
The Lady Raiders set to inbound. That foul did go against Finley. That's her first.
Tipped out of bounds. Will remain Richland basketball.
And here comes Blair back out from the trainer's room. Looks good to go.
Wonder if maybe she had a cut on her eye or something and they had to put something on that.
Could be.
Danielyn Galloway, a little three-pointer here. Can't get it to go. Tipped out of bounds. And they're going to say Cornersville basketball. Never mind. Richland. The far side ref did say Cornersville, but it wasn't his call. McNeese, three-pointer. And it's good. Mary Avery McNeese just playing out of her mind tonight, as that is her first Realty Group three-point basket, 37-13. There's a steal for Kate Kirk. Minute left to go here in the third. Gordon drives baseline. Blocking foul. That'll be the fourth foul for Cornersville. So next one will result in free throws.
Foul against Agua as she commits. That's her first, I believe. Yep.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, she's the only Cornersville player that's come off the bench, right?
Yeah, I was going to say Walker back in for Finley, but
I say that.
yeah.
Richland's only played 6 tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say Galloway's been the only other sub for the Lady Raiders. So just going 6 deep, both teams tonight.
40 seconds. Richland kind of just taking their time here. Gordon calls the offense. You can tell Richland looks really good still, but they don't look quite the same without Blair. Galloway 3. On the rebound attempt, Richland will commit the foul, so that'll result in free throws on the other side due to the 5 team fouls.
Going to get Hollis, who was really just trying to kind of box out and reach in at the same time, but commits the foul. Just her first, you know. Earlier in the season, we'd see she and Gordon in some foul trouble with their defense, have been so stellar on defense all season, but now they've cleaned it up a little more where they're not fouling consistently so that they can get more minutes on the floor.
First free throw rolls home. Cooper and Franklin are actually the only 2 Lady Bulldog players who have scored tonight in this 37-14 game. Hits both.
And Blair set to check back in. Loud, thunderous applause from the Richland faithful. Glad to see her back.
McNeese gets the pass. McNeese with Blair. Blair to the hoop. Blair, she's fouled. 2 free throws for Blair.
Blair goes to lay in and hard foul yet again. Sends her to the line.
Misses the first. (37-15) pending the second free throw. She hits it. She now has 10 points. The second Lady Raider in double figures. Referee had a little chat with Franklin, and like I said, I don't like to speak disparagingly of a player, but I think it's just because Franklin likes to get a couple extra slaps here and there, you know, plays a little physical off the ball. And sometimes, you know, there's a little reason to do that, but occasionally I feel it's a little excessive. You can tell she plays or wears her emotions on her sleeve there.
Yeah.
But yeah, referee came over and was like, hey, you know, just calm down a little bit there.
Rein it back in.
Yeah.
Kate Kirk commits the foul.
That's her third, I believe.
So see a new substitution in for the Lady Raiders. Bailey Blair back on the court, but Hallie Grace Bratton now in for the Raiders so that Kirk doesn't pick up just a cheap foul in this last 10 seconds of the third.
Donovan hits both. Gordon goes down a little bit awkwardly there on the as they were jostling for a potential rebound. She gets back up though and inbounds it. Blair has it with 9 seconds. Blair through defenders. Blair front court, pull up, 3. And it rolls in, out, then back in for a First Realty Group 3-point basket. 41-17 is your score after 3. All Lady Raiders here in Cornersville, as we'll be back after 1 minute timeout here on KSR Sports.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
(41-17), the Lady Raiders lead here as they're looking for an outright district title here against their rival in Cornersville. The battle and Blair hit the floor. Cornersville maintains possession. Franklin to the hoop. McNeese bit there trying to get the steal, but couldn't get it, and Franklin gets an easy basket.
Yeah, I think she thought she had a little bit of help back on the defense.
And we're going to see Hallie Grace Bratton fouled there, but how about the 3 passes from Richland? Richland's at the opposing free throw line. 2 passes in 2 seconds, and they hit Bratton underneath the basket. Just their court vision, you know, what they're doing here tonight is so impressive. This is the best of Richland that we're seeing. Bratton's first free throw, no good. Richland not a pristine night from the free throw line.
Yeah, as I say, if you want to talk, we talk turnovers is something they need to kind of clean up in the first half. Maybe a few free throws. She gets that one to rattle in.
5 of 10, which, you know, not abysmal, but you probably would hope to be more in the 70% range.
Not what we're used to seeing.
Than the 50% range. Richland up 42-19 with 7:07 remaining in the fourth. Finley gives it off to Donovan on the wing, up to Gouye. 3-pointer, no good. Franklin tips it into the backcourt. I don't think they're going to say she never had possession, so yeah, that's not a backcourt. Richland thinks it was, but that's the right call by the referees. No possession had been established. The Gouye shot rolls home for 2. Aguia, I'm sorry.
Aguia, yeah. I've said it a couple different ways. I wasn't really sure either.
Yeah, so Aguia is the correct way. Wow, they just let Blair wide open for 3 here. She doesn't get it, but McNeese gets a long rebound. Blair pulls it out, restarts the offense. 6:18 remaining in the fourth. Lady Raiders have doubled up. Cornersville 42-21. Galloway's 3-pointer no good. Got a little bumping there as Gordon going to get called for a blocking foul.
And then fouls the ref.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite throw the brakes on quick enough. It's going to be Gordon's third. Of course, all fouls are wiped clean each quarter, so 1 for each team so far in this fourth.
Franklin is blocked by McNeese. That's trying to back down McNeese there. Gordon up the floor, and then Finley saves it and gets an extra possession. Gordon, another quick foul there. It's one thing Richland really doesn't need to do here. Once again, Cornersville not coming back from a 21-point deficit with 5:43 to go, but have seen a little bit sloppiness here in the last maybe 6 minutes for Richland. Let's let Cornersville, if it was a closer game, potentially get back into this.
Well, we were just talking earlier about how Gordon and Hollis had stayed out of foul trouble, and then Gordon picks up 2 back-to-back to get her 4th, so she's going to spend some minutes on the bench. Galloway and Hollis back into the game. Bratton also heads back to the bench.
Donovan accidentally passes it to Galloway there. I think she thought her player was going to move in for the lob pass, but had no one there. McNeese, she drives. Kirk, she hit 1 3-pointer tonight, doesn't try this one. Richland taking their time. 5 minutes to go in the fourth, 42-21. McNeese to Blair, being guarded by Finley on the wing. Up to McNeese, 3-pointer. No good, rebounded by Franklin. Franklin chooses to pull that one back out. It would have been a 1-on-2, but might have been one of her better scoring opportunities tonight. Just a little conservative, little tentative basketball for Cornersville at times tonight.
Well, one of those defenders was McNeese, who's had a really good night defensively.
Yeah. Donovan, floater. She gets it to go. Timeout for Cornersville. Full timeout, so we will take it as well. 42-23 your score here with 4:14 remaining in the fourth. Back after a 30-second timeout here on KSR Sports.
This is Mike Keefe for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
(42-23) your score. Lady Bulldogs just pulled it within 20 for the first time in about 2 quarters, with 4:14 remaining in the fourth. Probably too little, too late for the homestanding Cornersville.
Yeah, because that's what we're seeing offensively. You know, Lady Raiders just kind of taking their time, extra passes on offense, taking what the defense gives them. You can do that with a near 20-point lead.
Yeah.
Clock ticks under 4 minutes, and so they're just going to kind of be content to not rush things.
Blair to the hoop. Blair off glass. Splits defenders for 2.
Something special to watch, I tell you. She's a highlight reel in the making each game.
She is 15, but she's not your leading scorer tonight. Mary Avery McNeese, especially her prowess from the perimeter, has helped Richland between those two of them. 33 combined points. Remember, Cornersville only has 23 points. Donovan getting it down low. Great steal there from Bailey Blair, and Franklin hits the deck. Blair up to Hollis. Hollis back to Blair. Blair's going to drive now. Pull up, 2, no good. Hollis nearly has 3 on. By the way, MK Butler into the game now. On the other side, Blair playing free safety there. Comes up with the interception.
She read that and just went up and reeled it in.
2:45 to go. 21-point lead for Richland. Kirk, she wants this 3. She hits it. First Realty Group 3-pointer for Kate Kirk. She's had a great second half. Now has 10 points after the break.
Yeah, she had a minute to think about it. They didn't even offer to come out and guard her, and so she just pulls up and hits it.
She'd already hit one tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
She's probably their 4th best three-point shooter, but she's not bad in her own right. He is 5th if you're counting Galloway off the bench. Speaking of Galloway off the bench, three-pointer is good. First Realty Group three-pointer for Danny Lynn Galloway.
She wanted in that conversation too, Mark.
Spoke it into existence. 50-23 is your score. You know, we laughed because there were no First Realty Group three-pointers in the first quarter, but since then there have been 9. 9 over the last 3 quarters. So by the end of the night, Richland found a way to get theirs.
Bratton back into the game. Letting Kate Kirk get some rest.
Referee's talking something over. Hey, by the way, Bill Hogue told us, Coach Hogue told us to
that's
announce.
right. Yeah. February 25th, track team is having a big fundraiser at Amigos in Linville, the old 31 South. And so portion of your dinner that night will go to the track team, help that sports team out. And, Mark, best part, you don't have to cook dinner, clean dishes, good food.
Let me say this. I'm a huge Amigos fan. I mean, I don't know. I think it's the chips and salsa there are better than any of the other restaurants in the county?
I'm just a huge Mexican food fan, and not having to take care of my own dinner sounds like a win to me.
But no, I'm not kidding. I really do think of this county. I think they have the best chips and dip. Really big fan of Migos. So get a chance there to support Richland and a good cause. A minute and a half to go here in the fourth. That is 4 fouls, by the way, for Anna Marie Cooper. They called that off the ball, I believe. 1:20 remaining, and Richland up 50-23. Kind of just playing yo-yo here as Blair pulls it in and out. They're about to call a 5-second. He was still motioning when clearly Blair was outside of arm's reach. I was like, surely they're not about to call this. Richland could play offense here if they wanted to, but they're choosing not to. Bratton to Hollis. Richland might try to make this the final possession. I don't know if they'll be able to. Blair, she goes to the hoop, puts it up, puts it in. Never going to miss an opportunity. As Blair up to 17 points now, timeout for Richland. That'll probably take the starters out with 46 seconds remaining, but it's a full timeout, so we'll take a 30-second one here on KSR Sports.
At Haney Realty and Property Management, we strive to work with all your real estate needs. Listing, buying, property management, or rental, we have got you covered. Call me, Daniel Haney, at 931-309-8291 or come by the office located at 109 South 1st Street in Pulaski, and one of our agents will be able to assist you. Our website is www.haneyrealtypm.com. Haney Realty and Property Management. We are your best friend in real estate.
For all your real estate, property management, and auction needs, contact Haney Realty Auction.
And we're back here, just 46 seconds remaining in regulation. The junior Lady Raiders out now. That'll be MK Butler, who actually is a senior, but one of the reserves there. Hallie Grace Bratton, Miley Donovan, Lily Lancaster, and Chloe McConnell.
So get a quick glimpse at what these ladies can do defensively.
Just what a wild night, though. 52-23. But Anna Marie Cooper puts it up, puts it in, and the foul. So a chance for the hoop and the harm here.
That foul is going to go. They get Butler with that one.
Yes. Free throw is good. Lancaster bringing it up for the Lady Raiders here. 52-26. Bounce pass to Donovan. Butler takes the handoff. Lancaster working against Finley. Bratton, three-pointer. No good, but Chloe McConnell on the backside there picks up the rebound, but she's pulling it out, and I think she's going to try to dribble this one out here. They may try to force her hand, though. Why are you trying to steal the ball with less than 10 seconds remaining and a 26-point deficit? But that'll do it, folks. 52-26 is your final. Lady Raiders put Cornersville to bed and put this district race to bed with a 26-point victory. We'll be back after a 3-minute timeout with some final stats and thoughts, and then we'll head over to the boys' side where a district title is on the line there as well. Back in 3 minutes here on KSR Sports.
Hey, buddy, why the throwback uniform?
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy sun-drop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold sun-drop today.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
We meet by accident, a play on words, but when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
This is Jill Kilburn with Big Green Dumpster. Whether you're cleaning out the garage or tackling a renovation, we've got you covered. We have 4 dumpster sizes, 11 to 30 yards. Order before 1 p.m. for same-day delivery. We offer demolition and junk removal. We offer a contractor's discount and include a direct text line for prompt service. Serving Middle Tennessee and North Alabama, our prices are online, so book now at bigggreendumpster.pro or call 931-903-2424. Big Green Dumpster.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
And we're back here. 52-26 is your final. Lady Raiders are once again district champions. They improved to 19-3 on the year, 8-0 in district play. Cornersville, meanwhile, falls to 23-4, 6-2. Cornersville didn't really play like a team that came in tonight 23-3, but a lot of it is the preparation, the dedication to their craft, and the defensive effort tonight from Richland really carried the day.
Yeah, from the beginning, Lady Raiders just came out with a heads-up focus and saying, you know what, this district title, we're not going to force it to a coin toss. We're not even going to make it close. And, I mean, just early on showed their dominance, especially on that defensive end, and really, I mean, just frustrated the Lady Bulldogs to no end, held them to just 4 points in the first half. Not the first quarter, the first half. I mean, that's a stat line you're like, did we miss a number? Did we forget a digit or something there? But, I mean, really just all credit to the Lady Raiders, focused in and ready to battle out this Battle of Buford Station. And they, from the get-go, decided they were going to win this district title, not make it a competition.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the leading scores here tonight, 52-26, 18 points for Mary Avery McNeese. That led all scores. She had 4 First Realty Group three-pointers. She just felt like she couldn't miss.
Yeah, she was getting the job done on both ends of the court, so had the task most of the night guarding Franklin, who, you know, obviously was the best shooter for Cornersville tonight, but Mary Avery McNeese doing the work on the defensive end, creating turnovers, just getting in passing lanes and things, and then putting in the effort on the offensive side with those perimeter shots from the three. 18 points, like you said, followed by Bailey Blair, had 17, 10 points from Kate Kirk. Those all came in the second half. She really just poured it on in that second half, came out and hit an early three, and then just kind of relaxed into her offense to add 10. 3 points from Danny Lynn Galloway, 2 points from Bailey Hollis, and 1 point apiece from the free throw line from Elizabeth Gordon and Hallie Grace Bratton. So Lady Raiders just really just a complete effort from them tonight. Over on the Lady Bulldogs side, just a quick rundown of their scores. Not many to mention here. 13 points from Camille Franklin, And really, she was about the only one that was making some effort. But remember, only 4 points at the half, so not much to go on there. They did most of their work in the second half. 7 points from Anna Marie Cooper, 4 points from Emma Kate Donovan, and 2 points from Faith Igia. And so Lady Raiders just too strong, just too much for Cornersville Lady Bulldogs tonight. And again, showing why, I know Coach Chad Hall doesn't want us to mention it, but showing why the Lady Raiders have that number 1 standing next to their name is because they're a force to be reckoned with, and I think they showed that tonight because I really anticipated this to be quite a game. I was excited about this matchup tonight, and then it kind of was a little bit lackluster almost in the second half because it wasn't even close. Kind of a ho-hum type feel to the game.
Yeah, and I think Richland kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit in the second half here, but I'm very excited for this post-game interview tonight with Chad Hall because I just want to hear about the preparation. I just want to hear about how long they've been preparing for this, which I feel like it's been multiple weeks. I want to hear about the wrinkles that they put in just for this game, and I want to hear about what they took away from having to play Loretto last night in terms of did you play as hard, did you pull back a little bit? Was the preparation truly all about this game here tonight? I mean, I'll be interested to hear the answers there, and you can read about that in the newspaper, but just a masterclass. This really feels, once again, like the Richland game versus McKenzie in football, which was truly, once again, Richland lost, obviously, by 3. But McKenzie destroyed everyone other than South Pitt this year. And so the fact that Richland was able to make it a 3-point ball game against a team that ostensibly is a good bit better than Richland, but the coaching staff, the players, they bought into the game plan, and they found a way to outplay McKenzie despite McKenzie's just clear talent gap there. That's what this felt like tonight in the sense that Richland and Cornersville's talent gap is pretty close. Richland is better. However, I don't know that Richland is 30-4 in the third quarter better. And that preparation, that dedication led to you. I texted Wade and Cody. We always text during these games. I should be obviously paying attention to broadcasting. I try to do both. But I texted him. I was like 30-4 early in the third quarter. And Cody's like, that's not real. Like there's no chance that's true. And I said, I promise it's true.
That's what I said is if you're texting that to someone, they're thinking you left a digit out. Yeah. You're thinking 30-24. Okay, he left the 2 off that or something like of that nature, and you're like, no, it's a it's a 4-point game, and I mean, you almost feel a little bit sad, not completely, because you want Richland to win, and it's Cornersville, but this is not the Cornersville team that anybody expected, and we can tell that by what's showing up here in the gymnasium tonight. It's a packed house. Cornersville, they did T-shirts tonight. They did a whole whiteout for anybody that came in. Got a shirt to white out the gym. Raider Nation on the other side, it's completely packed on this visitor side. So not a lot of places to kind of squeeze in and get a seat, but that's what everybody was kind of waiting for, was this was going to be the matchup. This is going to be a test, and I think they passed the test and more, did the extra credit, Mark, if you will. But, just a really good overall effort from the Lady Raiders after a little bit of a tough loss last night. But that one doesn't matter because, like you said, I think you're right. The focus was this game Friday night, circled on the calendar. This is a rescheduled game, because it was during some of that ice and stuff, and so had to move it here. But Lady Raiders getting the job done.
I will say, though, I think on the boys' side, they were probably able to give, a little more to the Loretto game than the girls because, once again, absolutely no offense to Cornersville boys, but they are not the Cornersville girls. Cornersville girls 22-3 on the year. Cornersville boys are, I have the record here, if I can find it. There we go. They are 16-8, and not bad, but a lot of that is boosted by their 6-1 record in district play there, and so. And also, I'll tell you, every time I ask, it was funny last week when I interviewed Jason Lovelace, I said, how big is this game if it's for a outright district title versus Cornersville? And he said, we approach every game the same way. And, I love that. And honestly, I absolutely believe him. So, for the Richland boys, I kind of imagine that they really probably didn't look ahead to Cornersville here tonight. But, hey, who knows?
Yeah, it was just one of those that I don't know what else you say, but I'd like to know I'm excited you're going to ask that question about the preparation.
And he may immediately say I'm wrong and be like, no, we really, really prepared for Loretto just as hard as we prepared for Cornersville. That may end up being the answer.
Because nobody likes to lose.
It didn't feel that way tonight, though. It felt like they had something extra special tonight for Cornersville.
Well, and they just knew there was a lot riding on that game, and you don't want to have to take the chance and somehow end up being a 2 seed off of that. And so they just had to take care of business, and they did. And just a overall great game for the Lady Raiders. Before we wrap that up, we do want to mention Mary Avery McNeese. A little bit of a surprise. So she had a signing this week for college and didn't quite know about it. So I talked to her about it. She's going to UT Southern, Mark, to play. She's the first signee at UT Southern not to play basketball. But, folks, she's going to be playing flag football is now coming to UT Southern. So she was a signee there, and we'll get the official details and get all that out to you. But her brother, Cam McNeese, is going to be like a student assistant coach. And so they'll be. I did ask her point blank. I said, so does that mean you're going to have to finally listen to your brother? She said, no way, Miss Hawkins. That's not happening. So congratulations to both the McNeeses. But, yeah, when I heard she was signing, I assumed it was for basketball. And, no, she's going to be playing flag football. I've seen her play on the Powder Puff field. She's good. She's a good athlete. So that's going to be fun. She's going to be still staying local. So that'll be a little local flavor of flag football coming to Southern.
Well, just watch her playing these passing lanes, in terms of defensively, all the interceptions she has, all the blocks, the tips.
She's ready.
Defensively, I have no doubt whatsoever. And quite frankly, some of the full court passes. That's going to be a lot of fun. And quite frankly, their first game they ever play, I'll probably go cover that for the newspaper just because, one, I think flag football is a really fun sport. Honestly, Giles County is toying with the idea of playing, because, we do play flag football in the TSSAA now for a few years.
Right.
Giles County said they were going to have one last year, and they were going to end volleyball. The senior volleyball players basically petitioned, and they got another season. I would imagine Giles will probably still pick up flag football. I actually probably should have researched that before I said this. But I would like to see Richland do it, too. The only thing is it pulls some athletes that might have played another sport that people can consider, quote-unquote, more serious. But what is a serious sport at the end of the day? I think flag football is a lot of fun. I would love to see Richland and Giles both pick it up and compete. Not a lot of teams do it right now. Most of them are private schools or big schools. There's only one classification right now, I think, and that's kind of rough because you're going to be playing like Riverdale when you're, 400 kids and they're like at 1,800, I don't know, however many. Anyway, all that to say, it's a great sport. I think it's a ton of fun. I'm going to go check out when they play this next year.
Yeah, I think I will too. It's a growing interest, and it's one of the highlights of the year everybody likes at homecoming is the Powder Puff game, the flag football game for the girls. So, people get out for that. And if UT Southern's going to add it, that's going to be that local draw, So, again, we'll keep you posted on how that plays out and when that season opens up. But Mary Avery McNeese, the first official signee for flag football at UT Southern. She'll be a Firehawk.
So to wrap things up, Richland Lady Raiders win the district title outright. Remember, they would have had a share of the title if they'd lost tonight, but they win 52-26, take care of business on the road. 18 points a game high for Mary Avery McNeese, 17 for Bailey Blair, 10 for Kate Kirk. Leads the way there for Richland. And we're going to go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with some thoughts before the boys game and the starters here tonight as the Raiders also playing for an outright district title versus Cornersville here on the road. Back in 3 minutes here on KSR Sports.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski. We're focused on keeping you at your best with annual screenings and preventative care. Having a family doctor helps you stay healthy, so our Southern Tennessee Medical Group makes it easy to find one. Call 1-800-424-DOCS. That's 1-800-424-3627, or visit southerntmpulaski.com to find a primary care physician.
First Realty Group has been serving Giles and Lawrence County and beyond for decades. We're first because we have the best selection of land, homes, and commercial properties to choose from. Our fair price promise means you can shop with peace of mind locally and with customer care not found elsewhere. We also understand the buying process and what it takes to make it easy, from title to escrow to closing. First Realty Group. First for a reason. Visit frg1.com for all of your buying needs in Giles County.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice-cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or a friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice-cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together taste better.
May Oil Company, a four-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
And we're back here. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. As the Lady Raiders went 52-26 over Cornersville to win the outright district title. Richland improves to 19-3 on the season, 8-0 in district play, and that will do it for the regular season. Richland will be playing in the semifinal next week versus the 4-5 seed, whoever wins the play-in game on Monday. And now we do it again for the boys. So Lady Raiders were 7-0. The Raiders are 7-0. Lady Bulldogs were 6-1. The Bulldogs are 6-1.
That matchup, take two. Here we go for the boys edition of Battle of Buford Station. Raiders looking sharp. Girls were in those black jerseys, but the guys showing up in their orange tonight. I like these with the checkerboard down the side. So a little maybe shout out to a little Tennessee Vol flavor is what you see with those white numbers. So they look sharp on the court.
You know, it's not the same orange, though. The checkerboard, you can tell that's inspiration, but the Richland orange and the Tennessee orange,
just slightly different.
Really the same orange.
Yeah, it's a deeper orange for Richland compared to Tennessee's a little brighter orange. But can the Raiders come out strong? This last time they had a matchup, 20-plus point win. Do you anticipate more of the same here tonight, Mark?
I would.
Yeah.
I do think that Richland will win this game. Quite frankly, I don't think they win it by as much as the girls, but only because the girls won it by 26. So, coming in tonight.
They might be set out to prove you wrong.
If you had said one of these teams is going to win by 26 tonight, I said, oh, boys, easy boys. I said, I think the girls probably win by 10. But the girls really dominated. Once again, I can't get over the fact that with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, Richland was up 30-4. I mean, just truly unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. Truly have never seen anything like it. Or a 20-win team only had 4 points in the third quarter. So just hats off to Richland and the defense tonight. But let's get some boys basketball going now. As getting the starters for Richland, first up, it will be a familiar group if you've been keeping up with Raider basketball, as it'll be Jameis Andrews, our 1,000-point scorer as of last week. He was awarded the 1,000-point ball last week versus Huntland, as well as Cade McCormick, Cooper Jackson, Will Shirey, and Jack Jackson. Jennifer, I'll let you get the starters for Cornersville.
All right, over on the Bulldogs lineup, it looks like they're going to go with Aiden Campbell, Conan Bennett, Colin Schilling. I always say that right. I have to
You
stop
always say
thinking.
Schilling, yeah.
Yeah, because you
Schilling,
think
though.
there's a N in there, so it takes me a minute. Jacob Cordemanchi and Connor Callahan will be the lineup that we'll see from the Cornersville Bulldogs.
I think the roster that I got actually has Kanan's name misspelled, because I usually see it with two
that's
A's.
why I kind of paused a minute, and I was like,
I
that's
think that
spelled
roster
differently.
I was given was wrong, and so
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I was like,
confident
it should be Kanan, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it took me a minute. I was like, I don't think that's his name, but I thought maybe I've had it wrong this whole time.
But yeah, last time out, Aiden Campbell had himself a night. 23 points, really the only thing that kept Cornersville in it. So we'll see if he can do the same here tonight, as the Bulldogs looking to shock the Raiders here and to tie for the district title.
So Raiders out on the court, ready to get this thing going. Cade McCormick will get the tip, see if he can get it under control. And I'm sure he'll match up against Campbell, like you mentioned. Campbell was an outstanding player for Cornersville last time, but just didn't have much around him.
No, neither of them got it initially.
Mistimed it, yeah.
But on the second attempt,
got it on the way down.
McCormick gets it, and the Raiders have the ball first. And so the Raiders in those orange jerseys looking for the first points tonight on the opening possession. Three-pointer on the way for Jamison Andrews. It's good. That's a first Realty Group three-pointer for Mr. Andrews.
And that's the way you want to open your scoring, is looking at that shot from Andrews.
Shot is up and good on the drive for Campbell. Wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah, and I think they're probably going to go heavy with Campbell on the offensive side of Cornersville, because it worked somewhat last time.
Spin move. McCormick puts it up, rolls in and out. Will Shirey, offensive board and the putback for two.
Way to stick with the play and get a board, go back up. Extend that play, put some points up for the Raiders.
Raiders up 5-2 here, 1 minute into this ball game. Their side, Campbell. He'll hand it off to Schillig. Schillig working against Andrews. Has isolation here if he wants it. Kicks it. Cordomanchi. Alley-oop play of sorts, but he threw it to Will Shirey.
Wrong end of the oop.
McCormick travels. Turnover for Richland. Raiders up 5-2 here. Cornersville basketball with 6.5 to go in the first quarter. So far, we've seen an offensive board and putback for Will Shirey and a first Realty Group three-pointer for Jamison Andrews. Connor Callahan gives it off to Cordomanchi. Campbell looks like he wants to work against Jackson here, but now he'll kick. Three-pointer on the way. No good there for Bennett, but the Bulldogs get the offensive board. Wow, what a play there for Andrews. He tips it into a Cornersville player out of bounds. It'll be Raider basketball.
Right in front of the student section, who thought he'd got whistled for a foul and now seemed a little surprised that the ball went over to the Raiders.
They probably think a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe a little home cooking there for Cornersville, but Cade McCormick rolls straight to the basket there, puts it in for two, his first points of the night. 7-2 Richland. To the hoop, it is Schillig. Puts it up, puts it in on the reverse lay-in. Nice little play there for Schillig, Jennifer.
I know, good misdirection comes from underneath the baseline and is able to change it up.
Jackson, pull-up jumper. It's good. 2 points there for Cooper Jackson. 4 field goals so far for Richland from 4 different players. They lead 9-4.
I was starting to say 9 points on the board from 4 different scorers. I don't think you could draw it up any better if you're Coach Jason Lovelace.
Richland gets the steal there. Cooper Jackson gives it up to Jack Jackson. Runs into the referee. Nearly has the ball stolen by the Zebra there. Shirey, floater, no good. McCormick, offensive board, put back, no good. Shirey gets it here, but he has it stolen. Cornersville pulls it away.
So a couple of offensive boards, which is something they struggled with early on in the season.
Schillig kicks it, but kicks it to Jack Jackson. A little step through there for Cade McCormick, but he can't get it to go. Tie up. Cornersville basketball.
Shirey, I mean, I tell you, I've been really impressed. He's got some good hustle underneath the basket, not giving up on shots and plays. He's able on that board to come in and create the tie-up. Yeah, it goes over to Cornersville, but next one will be Raider ball.
Great energy for Shirey.
Yeah.
That's what you always get from him. You know, for about two and a half straight weeks, I think he was feeling a little under the weather there after that illness.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think he's finally back to full speed. Quick hands there by Jackson. He tips it away, but Campbell gets it back. Campbell kicks. Bennett wants a 3, but he'll give it up to Quartermanchi. Bounce pass. That one in no man's land. Schillig finally picks it up. Campbell, 3-pointer. No good. Rebound by Andrews. Andrews gets it up to McCormick. We got a 2-on-1 break. McCormick to the hoop. No good. Blocking foul. McCormick will shoot 2 free throws.
Foul against Callahan. A little slow getting up, but he had a McCormick that landed on top of him. It probably didn't feel good. I don't know how these guys like try to take charges, try to do stuff like that, because goodness, it takes a lot of guts to try to stand and let somebody just plow over you. Of course, he was still in motion.
Yeah, he was a little late to that one.
Right, but just even the thought process, it's not a natural instinct at all.
First free throw good for McCormick. Give Cornersville a ton of credit. I think there might be 10 open seats on their side of the bleachers. Richland really strong showing as well on this side, probably 90% as many as Cornersville, as these two fan bases really showed up for a district title bout on both sides. Girls for Lady Raiders already won it. They won the outright title, making them 8-0, and Cornersville 6-2. Can the boys do the same? Schillig kicks to Quartermanchi. Quarterman can't shoot. Wow, cross-court pass. Cross-arena pass as he throws it into the student section.
Yeah, that was way, I mean, I was into the third row of the bleachers.
11-4 Richland on top here with 3:20 remaining in the first. Shirey against Bennett. He spins, fires to Andrews. Andrews off the screen, 3-pointer is an air ball. McCormick saves it though, but saves it to a Cornersville player.
Good hustle effort by McCormick.
Callahan. I'll be honest, I almost think that should have been an intentional foul there, called against Richland, as he hooked him and pulled him back as he had a clear lane to the basket.
Jack Jackson, yeah, kind of got beat on the first inbound step. And
once they're past you and you reach and hook them, you know, sometimes you're going to see that called there. Richland lucky there that it's only a traditional foul.
First team foul for the Raiders.
Cornersville student section using flash photography. Not allowed to do that here.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say that. Yeah, somebody.
Don't do that. Giving photographers like myself and Landon Hawkins a bad name, Jennifer.
Yeah, I think it's on somebody's phone.
No, it's a camera.
Oh, it's an actual camera.
The fifth player from the left, not fifth, the fifth young man in from the left has a camera down there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see where you're saying
with a flash on it. Anyway, Richland gets the ball back on the steal. Cooper Jackson, 3-pointer on the way. It's good. First Realty Group 3-pointer for Cooper Jackson extends the lead to 10, 14-4. Full timeout, we'll take it as well. Richland leads by 10 with 2:24 remaining in the first quarter.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags in windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
(14-4). Richland leads here with 2:24 remaining in the first. Deja vu, Jennifer, as it was 14-4 at this point in the girls' game as well. Unfortunately for the Cornersville Lady Bulldogs, Richland went on a 19-0 run.
I started saying they kind of got stuck on that 4 points for quite some time. Well, that happened to the Bulldogs here in the boys matchup as Raiders kind of cruising along, extending that lead to 10 points, like you said.
Aiden Campbell. Cooper Jackson tried to take a charge there. I don't think he was ever going to get that one. Now we're going to see a hold called against Richland as Jackson on the back down just falls to the floor. And Campbell's kind of like, what? Where'd he go?
Disappearing defense right there.
Lane Dooley in the game for Richland. Wow, really good job there by Will Shirey on the defense. Almost like a defensive back in football, but it's tipped back to Cornersville after he made a great play on the inbound. Campbell to the hoop. Campbell's shot is blocked by McCormick. McCormick not the primary defender tonight on Campbell, but comes in there with a help defense and swats that one. Cooper Jackson for 3. It's no good. Andrews steals it for a moment, but then it ends up slipping out of bounds. Cornersville ball. Richland leads by 10.
Hollis Miller checking in now for the Raiders, letting Andrews get a break. That last foul was on Andrews. I don't think we mentioned that second team foul. I like the hustle and the energy from the Raiders from the beginning here.
Well, after I saw last night's score, I was like, man, Richland really came to play this week. Callahan, wow, hits a tough 3 there with a man in his face. First three-pointer of the night for the Bulldogs. On the other side, McCormick takes a three-pointer, no good. Richland, though, with a steal. Cooper Jackson to the hoop, and he scores. Jackson having a special night so far, 7 points in only his second week back after coming back from that wrist injury.
I asked him pregame how the wrist was feeling. He said, I said 100%. He gave me a thumbs up. He said, the rest of me hurts because they had that game last night. He was just joking, but probably a little banged up.
Kanan Bennett
back to back
is fouled there. 16-7, Richland on top. That'll be Cornersville ball inbounding underneath the basket.
Foul's going to go against Will Shirey, his first personal. He's going to head to the sidelines. Jack Jackson back in for the Raiders.
I think Annette Edwards is trying to explain that how many fouls were called. I mean, how many fouls a player has.
In the meantime, the guys don't realize that the play has stopped. They're all, Cornersville's in a stack for this inbound. And they've all started like their offense and defense. It's kind of funny to watch.
You know, I have a guess what this is, but let's wait and see. I think we're about to see a technical foul. Do you know why?
Do they have a player that's not supposed to know?
I think they have a player who's not on the roster. Never mind. Yeah, I thought that's when she was motioning for 4. I thought she was saying, hey, Lankford wasn't on the box score. Actually, I don't know what she meant by that then. Anyway.
Did he maybe point the wrong team for the foul on 4? It was on Shirey and not, I don't know. Not sure.
Regardless, 10-point lead for Richland. Corner 3 for Lankford. No good. Rebounded by Jack Jackson. Richland has 16 seconds to make something happen here to end the first quarter. Jackson pulls it back out. 8 seconds now. Just passing it back and forth. Not a lot of time here. Richland needs to lead, show a little urgency. Dooley, three-pointer at the buzzer is no good, but Richland leads by 10 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back after a quick timeout here on KSR Sports.
At Haney Realty and Property Management, we strive to work with all your real estate needs. Listing, buying, property management, or rental, we have got you covered. Call me, Daniel Haney, at 931-309-8291 or come by the office located at 109 South 1st Street in Pulaski, and one of our agents will be able to assist you. Our website is www.haneyrealtypm.com. Haney Realty and Property Management. We are your best friend in real estate.
For all your real estate, property management, and auction needs, contact Haney Realty Auction Company.
Hey, buddy, why the throwback uniform?
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy sun-drop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold sun-drop today.
And we're back here to start the second quarter. Richland leads 16-6 over Cornersville. Here between the 7-0 Raiders in district play and the 6-1 Bulldogs. We did find out why we had that stoppage in play. It was because Connor Hallahan's three was determined to only be a 2. So not a 16-7 game, a 16-6 game. Dooley, little up and under there. Dipsy Do for 2.
Nice move by Dooley to find his way to the scoring column with style.
Yeah, I love that play there. Beat his man to the basket and then hits the reverse lay-in. And here Jack Jackson comes up with a steal on the other side. Raiders up 12 with 7.5 remaining in the second quarter. Dooley kicks. Jackson back to Dooley. He's open for 3. Can't get it to go. Shirey fights for it. Passes it back in, though, but to Cornersville. Aiden Campbell will give and go there with Callahan. He puts it in for 2 off the glass. 18-8. Jack Jackson on the right wing. Up to Cooper Jackson. Jack Jackson drives, kicks. Shirey now drives. Corner. Cooper Jackson, floater, rolls in and out. Jackson nearly has his own rebound. Now he will get it. And Raiders get an extra possession here.
Yeah, chases it on down to the corner, really stays with the play. Gives his team another offensive possession.
Bennett nearly comes up with the steal. Now I think we're going to see a timeout for Richland. 30-second timeout. We will stick with you. Jennifer, what have been your thoughts so far from the boys' action?
I like the energy here from the beginning. They've really just kind of settled in and kind of took their cues, I think, from the girls' game and from the opening tip. Really have just kind of wanting to assert their dominance, 10-point lead. But I like the hustle on the boards. That's something that this team struggled with early in the season, and it's been a focal point for this team. And so I like the effort. They're not getting every board, even on the offensive boards, but they're at least putting hands on it, making it, making an effort to come up with something.
Raiders have the ball again, leading by 10 with 6:13 remaining in the second quarter. Lane Dooley kicks. Jackson, 3. No good. Jamison Andrews, offensive board. It's stripped, but then he strips it back. It'll be Cornersville ball.
Andrews trying to plead his case and argue that, hey, I know I knocked that ball out, but
I know I did,
maybe,
but do you know I did?
You might give it back to me. He tried.
We'll give and go there to Lankford. Portamanchi back to Lankford. And throws it out of bounds as Schillig's foot was on the painted area. Richland still leads by 10 with 5:46 remaining in the second quarter. Raiders inbound. Jack Jackson bringing it up. Jason Lovelace calling out the play. Jackson brings it up to the three-point arc. Kicks to Shirey. McCormick drives with the left hand. McCormick to the hoop. McCormick puts it up, puts it in. McCormick has 6 points tonight. Raiders lead 20-8. Bennett to Courtemanche. Bounce pass to Campbell. Campbell puts it up, puts it in. Whistle though. I think
they're going to warn the student section because they are really giving down the road to one of these officials, and I think he's tired of hearing it. Yeah, because they just went to administrators, and you see the look on those administrators' faces like, I don't want to have to go deal with this, but yeah. But there's one thing about your team, but you got to draw the line. And
gives it off to Jackson. Jackson, your leading scorer on the night with 7. Jameson Andrews with a First Realty Group three-pointer, his second of the night. The Raiders' third of the night. 23-10. Ooh, awkward play there. It'll be interesting to see what the call is. They'll call it a blocking foul against Richland. Multiple players hit the deck, and no one really even had the ball. The ball had been stripped before the two players even went down.
Yeah, and the two, they weren't at the ball. It just they all got tangled up. That call is going to go against Jack Jackson. Colin Johnson into the game for the Raiders. Quickly became a crowd favorite just for the energy and excitement he brings. Got his moment to make some plays mid-season and has earned his way into some games.
Langford shot up. It is good. 2 points for Connor Langford, the young man off the bench. 23-12. So Raiders built a 10-point early lead quickly, but since then it's been a back-and-forth affair here with 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. McCormick, bounce pass. Andrews puts it up and in. They dedicate so much time to McCormick there that you don't catch the fact that Andrews, who's now your leading scorer for the night, was wide open on the bounce pass. Blocking foul goes against the Raiders on the other end.
That's going to go against Dooley, his first. Schillig back in for Cornersville, and that's going to be the third team foul here in this second quarter for the Raiders. None showing on the other side of the Bulldogs.
Langford passes out to Courtemanche. Oh, great bounce pass on the run there for Campbell. Campbell drives and scores 4-2. He's now got 6 points tonight, 25-14. McCormick kicks, three-pointer. Andrews, no good. McCormick offensive board and the putback 4-2. Just a dominant presence down low, Jennifer.
Yeah, it started with that extra pass. McCormick, unselfish in his play down on the post, spots Andrews, but then McCormick positions himself, gets the board and the putback.
Langford for 3, he sinks it. He's been a big catalyst off the bench, and that brings them back within 10 at 27-17. McCormick through a quadruple team, he scores.
He said, bring it on, let's go.
It's one of those moments where I think they assumed there's no way he's going to try this. And sure enough, they got caught on their back feet there. But on the other side, Cornersville starting to heat up. Connor Callahan hits the floater. He has 7 points this quarter, 29-19 with 2:35 remaining in the second quarter. Andrews pull up, mid-range, no good. Langford defense there was a little late, but Lane Dooley takes the charge. Offensive foul is called against Cornersville.
Yeah, Dooley was reading that as Langford was coming down the lane and sets himself up. Takes that charge. They substituted in the game and then didn't realize they left Cooper Jackson down on the baseline. Nobody to throw into. He has to call.
Raiders by 10. Bounce pass. Gives it off to Dooley. Dooley cross court. Three-pointer. Andrews. No good. Dooley offensive rebound. It's blocked. Bulldogs going to try to run here. Langford. Pull up. No good. Rebounded by Andrews. Raiders by 10. A little bit of a scoring lull now the last 2 minutes for both teams after they had basically been going blow for blow for blow to start the second quarter.
Yeah, you got a little bit of high octane going both ends, and then now they've slowed it back just a little bit, catching the corner deficit, and you would like to see the Raiders, put a couple of scores up just under a minute here before the half.
Callahan, floater, no good. Tipped around and rebounded by Cornersville. They'll get another shot here. Three-pointer, that one was good. Was that Bennett? Kanan Bennett for three. 29-22.
Yeah, so that's a big bucket. Raiders need to answer here just before half. See if they can. If not, the momentum's
to the
shifting.
cup. He scores and the foul. So McCormick answers in a big way. He has a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way here. He has 8 points this quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, McCormick really getting some good minutes in this second quarter. That foul went against Bennett, his first.
But
Miller into the game for the Raiders this last 19 seconds.
But Cooper Jackson, Jamison Andrews, and Cade McCormick all have at least 7 points here. McCormick does miss the free throw. 31-22. Blocking foul. That will be the fourth team foul against Richland.
It's going to go against Miller, his first.
8.5 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. A 9-point advantage for the Raiders. Cornersville not showing much urgency here, do they? 3 seconds. What are we seeing here?
I don't think
They're
they
not gonna
realize
get
how
a
much
shot off.
time's on the clock. Yeah.
In their defense, Richland did it in the first quarter. Cornersville paying them back here.
Yeah, so they're even on that. So.
But 31-22 at the half. The Raiders on top as they look to capture the outright district crown. They are 7-0 in district play, looking to finish a perfect 8-0 here on the final night of the regular season. Playoff basketball coming next week, but first, we're going to get a quick timeout to hear a word from our sponsors. And then we're going to be back with some halftime stats and thoughts from Cornersville here on KSR Sports.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
We meet by accident, a play on words. But when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
This is Jill Kilburn with Big Green Dumpster. Whether you're cleaning out the garage or tackling a renovation, we've got you covered. We have 4 dumpster sizes, 11 to 30 yards. Order before 1 p.m. for same-day delivery. We offer demolition and junk removal. We offer a contractor's discount and include a direct text line for prompt service. Serving Middle Tennessee and North Alabama, our prices are online, so book now at bigggreendumpster.pro or call 931-903-2424. Big Green Dumpster.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
And we're back here at the half. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. Richland Raiders lead 31-22 over Cornersville at the break. Jennifer, the Raiders built about a 10-point lead at 14-4. And like we kind of said there, second quarter, just kind of a back and forth. Richland hasn't been able to truly pull away, but they've also been holding the homesteading Bulldogs at arm's length.
Yeah, truly the difference was that first quarter. It was 16-6 first quarter. But you get in that second quarter, it was a 16-15 second quarter matchup, and so yeah, they're kind of going at each other in that second quarter. So Raiders let them hang around a little bit, but you talk about a second half team. That's what we've really truly seen. We mentioned that in the first half of the season with the Lady Raiders. That's kind of what we saw. They were really strong in the second half. The boys team even more so. I think they come out second half, really adjust and kind of just take over and dominate. So I'm not too concerned. You didn't want to see momentum kind of shifting, but I think they're going to come out in this last half and just kind of let their gameplay do the talking for them.
Raiders looking at the leading scorers here tonight. Cade McCormick with 12 to lead all scorers there. 8 of those came in the second quarter. 8 points for Jamison Andrews, including a pair of First Realty Group three-pointers. 7 points for Cooper Jackson, 2 points for Will Shirey, and 2 points for Lane Dooley. So only player in double figures there for the Raiders so far was Cade McCormick with 12. As for the Bulldogs, 9 points for Connor Callahan to lead the way, 6 points for Aiden Campbell, 3 points for Kanan Bennett, and 2 points apiece for Colin Schillig, and 2 points for Connor Langford. You know, on the defensive side, the fact that they have contained Aiden Campbell so effectively, I think has been really big tonight compared to the first time these two teams played at Richland.
Well, they definitely did their homework, and they remember from that first matchup that Aiden Campbell, just a strong offensive player, but Callahan really kind of showing out a little bit of his prowess on that offensive side, so finding some ways to create some opportunities to get buckets. But yeah, I think you're right that defensively they did have a better little strategy to kind of shut Campbell down and hold him to 6 points. So you're not going to close him out completely.
Yeah.
He's too good a player, but I think you can kind of contain him a little bit, and that takes part of their offense away.
So at the half, Richland leads 31-22. We're going to take another 3-minute timeout, and we'll be back with the start of the third quarter here at Cornersville.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski. We're focused on keeping you at your best with annual screenings and preventative care. Having a family doctor helps you stay healthy, so our Southern Tennessee Medical Group makes it easy to find one. Call 1-800-424-DOCS. That's 1-800-424-3627, or visit southerntmpulaski.com to find a primary care physician.
First Realty Group has been serving Giles and Lawrence County and beyond for decades. We're first because we have the best selection of land, homes, and commercial properties to choose from. Our fair price promise means you can shop with peace of mind locally and with customer care not found elsewhere. We also understand the buying process and what it takes to make it easy, from title to escrow to closing. First Realty Group. First for a reason. Visit frg1.com for all of your buying needs in Giles County.
And we're back here, 31-22, Raiders lead. Cornersville on the road. No, folks, it's not 1998, but Jennifer Hawkins doing the Macarena.
Well, I was waiting for you to join in because then it would be the Mark Arena.
You know,
it's terrible.
I vaguely remember this as a kid. I feel it.
Come on, Mark. You know when you hear that, you know you want to dance. Come on.
Notice that all of these kids who were born a full decade after it came out.
These are huge at like pep rallies and all these line dances
dancing
and stuff. So before we get back into action, folks, don't forget February 25th, go eat at Amigos in Linville and support your Richland Raider track team. A portion of the proceeds that night from 4 to close will go to that team, and they need your help to get that track team up and running. See what I did there? Yeah, they would appreciate your support. February 25th, don't miss out. And you don't have to think supper plans. That's the best part.
You can't take her anywhere. But yes, no, I think the wife and I will be there for a date night, and love Amigos and love a chance to give to a good cause there, the Raider track and field team there. So definitely put that on your calendars. 31-22, and we're back underway. Richland leading by 9. Nearly a steal there. Andrews is able to save it at half court. Raiders have the ball first to start the third period. McCormick leads all scorers with 12. Jackson bounce pass to McCormick on the baseline. He'll drill back out.
These guys coming out ready to battle, and Just to give you a quick glimpse, Mark, student athletes, some of these guys got to get up in the morning and go take the ACT. And some got to drive about an hour and 15 minutes to take it. Starts at 8. So you think about playing 2 games back-to-back and then getting up and still go take that college entrance exam.
You know what I really like on that last play? It was not a dead ball, and yet Jacob Cordomanchi stopped to help Jamison Andrews up, even though his team was running down the floor. You have a chance for a fast break, and you're stopping to show good sportsmanship. Three-pointer on the way and good for Kanan Bennett. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's the right call, but, man, that's a good sportsmanship, and that's a good young man there.
That's what you call raised right. Made somebody proud.
Also, strategically, not the best option.
Yeah, true.
Three-pointer for Jamison Andrews is no good. Loose ball. Schillig will pick it up. For McCormick, bounce pass, tipped out of bounds. It'll be Richland sequence there, Jennifer.
Yeah, and Shirey, as he was diving for that ball, he kind
of offense through McCormick here this quarter. Three-pointer on the way, no good for Shirey. But the put back on the jump 21 play there for Cooper Jackson makes it 33-25.
So those of us that were truly wondering, is that wrist good for Cooper Jackson? I'd say we're there.
He's your second leading scorer tonight. 8-point advantage for the Raiders with 5:20 remaining in the third. Campbell puts it up strong. They really can't let him get in a one-on-one there because he's obviously their best scoring threat. Andrews to Jackson in the corner. Jackson can't get it to go. Richland really struggling from beyond the arc here in the third. I think they're probably 0 for 6 so far this quarter.
Yeah, usually their perimeter play a big part of their game. We saw that in the first half, but haven't found that sweet spot yet here in the second.
Bennett a little step back, but the offensive board is there for Aiden Campbell for 2. And Raiders maybe in need of a timeout here as things starting to slip away from them. They led by as many as 11, but now that lead down to 4, 33-29.
Awakens the student section for Cornersville, making a lot of noise on the far side.
Shirey 3, no good. Cornersville basketball.
Cornersville outscoring Richland right now 7-2 in this opening part of the third quarter to cut the Raider lead just to 4 points.
Schillig drives, kicks to Langford. Callahan, kind of awkward too there, no good. Those are the kinds of shots we saw Cornersville consistently take on the girls' side. Well, you usually considered lower percentage shots. McCormick on the baseline here. Jackson pulls it back out. 3:40 remaining here in the third quarter. 33-29, your Richland lead. For those just tuning in, Richland girls did win their game 52-26. McCormick baseline. McCormick puts it up. No good though. Rebounded by Cornersville. Langford kicks to Bennett in the corner. Back to Langford. Schillig will take the 3, top of the key. Doesn't get it to go. Campbell, another big offensive rebound and a putback. Campbell becoming a problem here in the third quarter with 6 points. He's now up to 12. And Raiders call a timeout. Full timeout will take it as well. 33-31. Cornersville back within 2 here with 3:06 remaining in the third.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice-cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or a friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice-cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together, taste better.
May Oil Company, a 4-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
And we're back here. 3:03 remaining in the third quarter. Richland by 2. They lead 33-31 in this District 9A bout at Cornersville. Raiders only 2 points so far here in the third quarter. Need to wake up quickly. Cooper Jackson, 3 from the corner, and he sinks it. First Realty Group three-pointer for Cooper Jackson.
Jackson responsible for the 5 points in this third quarter for the Raiders. He said, give me the ball. I'm feeling it. May have to stick with him until others can kind of loosen up.
36-31, Schillig for 3. They let him answer right back there. I think they were looking for a switch, and they accidentally left him wide open. 36-34. Cooper Jackson to Shirey. Shirey bounce pass to McCormick. McCormick power move, then kicks. Jackson for 3. No good. Campbell will come out of it. Wow, a 4-on-1 break here. Jackson, tough situation. But actually, they can't score on the first 2 shots here. And finally, they're going to say Campbell was fouled. 2 free throws for Campbell. A chance to tie things up here with 1:52 remaining in the third.
Yeah, you kind of have to admire Jackson. I mean, he was really outnumbered, but, man, he tried to stand his ground and play some defense and actually altered the shot enough. Did end in a foul after other guys joined in, and he did pick up on the follow. That is his third.
First free throw, no good there. See, the thing is for Richland, their offense, not predicated on the 3, but it runs a whole lot better when you have some. And here in the third quarter, they're just missing everything. As Campbell goes 1 for 2, makes it a 1-point game. Richland still leads 36-35.
Got to start generating some offense. Getting some good looks. But
advantage after that McCormick basket. He now leads all scorers with 14. Bennett is trapped initially.
Can they get an opportunity here?
Having some slight issues now with buffering once again. We apologize, folks. Not great service here in Cornersville. Dooley gets it up to Schillig. Schillig puts it up, puts it in off the glass, back to a 1-point ball game. I think Richland may need to wait for final basket here so they can at least ensure that they have a lead going into the fourth. But Cornersville has stolen all the momentum this quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Raiders going to be content to let this last 15 tick off and see if they'll set up their offense now.
Bounce pass to McCormick. McCormick, his shot is blocked. He gets it back, puts it up, no good. McCormick gets it back. His third attempt is good, and that will do it for the third quarter as McCormick has the final basket to make it 40-37 entering the fourth. We'll be back after a quick timeout with the fourth quarter here on KSR.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Reg with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
40-37 is Connor Langford. Ties it up on the first basket of the fourth period. 40-40 is your score. Kind of a reversal of roles here. Really felt like the girls' game was going to be the tight one. Lane Dooley gets an offensive rebound. Tie up. Possession error will be Richland basketball. But yeah, really thought Richland girls were going to come down to the wire. They won with ease. Felt like the Richland boys no good. And finally, this will be an interesting call here. McCormick went down hard.
Yeah, lands on his hip and back. Awkward fall.
We're suddenly struggling quite a bit with our connection here, so we apologize, folks. Like I said, not the best cell service here in Cornersville. It'll be a baseline inbound.
I think they're discussing because they had to stop play. Does McCormick have to come out? Since there was a stoppage in play to check on him. So that's exactly what's happening is they're telling Coach Jason Lovelace that they stopped too long. And so Lane Dooley's going to come in for McCormick, and they're going to send McCormick right back to the check-in. He'll get right back in the game.
Maybe getting quick here, nearly a 5-second call. They do get into Cooper Jackson. So Raiders all tied up here, 40-all with 7 minutes remaining. Will Shirey for three from the corner, no good. Andrews saves it here on the rebound. But the three-pointer is just not falling here. A big block there. I believe that was Aiden Campbell as Cornersville head the other way.
Yeah, Campbell able to use his size. And Campbell really calling for the ball with McCormick out. They've got Dooley matched up on him, so Campbell's got a little bit of size advantage.
Bennett, his shot no good. Cooper Jackson rebounds. But at what point are the Raiders going to have to change up the offense because they just cannot buy a three-point basket? Jackson may have walked there. Kick ball. Raiders get it back. Now they actually have a little bit of a fast break here as everyone had raced into the backcourt after this kick. Probably just should have been called a kick ball in general. Raiders get down low to Jamison Andrews. Andrews put up no good. Bulldogs get the ball back.
And suddenly someone's put a lid on the basket for the Raiders because, I mean, even in close, we were talking about not getting perimeter shots.
Bulldogs get the pass to Callahan. It's no good. Rebounded by Andrews, so Cornersville almost had a chance there to take the lead. Now Raiders will call a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 5.5 remaining in the fourth. 40-40 is your score. Back in 1 minute here on KSR.
This is Mike Keefe for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
At Haney Realty and Property Management, we strive to work with all your real estate needs. Listing, buying, property management, or rental, we have got you covered. Call me, Daniel Haney, at 931-309-8291 or come by the office located at 109 South 1st Street in Pulaski, and one of our agents will be able to assist you. Our website is www.haneyrealtypm.com. Haney Realty and Property Management. We are your best friend in real estate.
For all your real estate, property management, and auction needs, contact Haney Realty Auction Company.
Back here, tie ball game with 5.5 to go. A district title on the line. Richland 7-0, Cornersville 6-1 in district play. 5.5 to go. Earlier, the Raiders kind of had a chance to potentially deliver a knockout blow up by double digits. Unable to do so. They're going to say Cornersville basketball here after it's tipped. Shirey intentionally didn't grab it because he thought that Cornersville had touched it last. But Raiders just reeling offensively here in the second half. It's been 10 minutes, and they've scored 9 points.
Yeah, in Cornersville, their energy you can feel has really amped up.
Langford from the corner, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Cooper Jackson. Multiple players on the deck now. They're going to say it's never went out of bounds. Langford gets it back. Just a crazy environment here.
I know. It's like there were more guys down on the floor than up, and the ball was kind of just batted around over on the sidelines. I don't know how that stayed in, but Cornersville was able to come up with it.
Cornersville now kind of taking their time. I mean, surely they're not going to try to hold the ball for 4.5 minutes, but they may be getting Richlands to come out here. Oh, Jamison Andrews with the steal to the hoop, and he scores. So comes back to bite the Bulldogs there as they play with it. And Andrews scores his 10th point of the night on the steal and the coast-to-coast lay-in.
Yeah, Andrews took advantage of, they were just kind of tossing around, and he read it quickly.
Blocking foul called there against the Raiders.
That foul's going to go against Andrews for the reach-in.
42-40 is your score. Raiders up by 2. Cornersville basketball with just under 4 minutes remaining in the fourth. Cornersville doing the same thing here where they're kind of holding it back a little bit, and now they'll attack. Schillig kicks. Bennett, 3. He's got it. Bulldogs take the lead, 43-42. And we'll have another timeout on the floor. "30-second timeout will stick with you. Jennifer, what do you think the Raiders need to do to get it done here in the fourth?
Energy going, and you know, I think Cornersville's really feeding off the momentum of their crowd support here. So Raiders got to kind of push that noise out and just see if they can kind of get momentum back their way. I thought Jamison Andrews with that little tip steal to himself and lay in would be a little bit of a spark. But Cornersville able to answer on the other end with the Bennett 3 to take the lead. So like you said, not what we anticipated come down to the wire here for the boys matchup. But that's the game we have, 3.5 remaining.
Remember, if Cornersville did win, it would be a perfect tie for the district title with both teams at 7-1, which would force a coin toss for the number 1 seed. Shirey to McCormick. McCormick underneath the basket, puts it up, puts it in for 2. Makes it look pretty easy there. He's up to 18 points to lead all scorers, and the Raiders back up by 1.
Yeah, when McCormick took that pass in, he was determined to make that
McCormick
play.
steals. McCormick, coast to coast. Wanted a dunk there, and he's fouled hard.
Yeah, he
the
had a
folks
clear
here
line.
want intentional foul.
Because, I mean, he took him out, and McCormick is still down. He landed hard, but he's back up. But golly, it was just a lay-in. And you don't want to see that. Nobody needs to get hurt trying to just play ball.
Yeah, I know in this situation you want the momentum from getting a dunk, but I think pulling up and potentially laying up and not having to take such hard. I mean, because Callahan was always going to take him out if he went for that dunk. I mean, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but usually you try to keep people from dunking in your house. You keep them from stealing momentum. And on that play, Callahan really took him out.
Well, and I'm not sure. I think at first glance, McCormick thought he could dunk, but when he saw Callahan trailing in, you saw he turned. I think he was really going to try to lay it in, and Callahan comes and cuts in. And the good news is McCormick is back up. Looks like he's shaking it off. He just landed hard on the other hip. He's hit both hips tonight, I tell you. It's going to be hurting.
As loud as it's gotten here tonight, and McCormick misses the first. hits the second. Back to a 2-point advantage for Richland, 45-43 with 3 minutes to go. Very few moments bigger than this. Connor Langford gets it into Campbell. Campbell to the hoop. Campbell shot no good. Tipped. It'll be Richland basketball. Campbell couldn't control it. And Richland has the ball with 2:48 to go. This might be the moment where Richland can get momentum back and pull this one out.
Yeah, it was one of those, Campbell just lets it kind of gets loose off his fingertips up high, and couldn't do anything with it at that point. You're just kind of out of ball control.
Jack Jackson has it out top about 8 feet back from the three-point arc, just kind of letting the clock tick here until Cornersville comes out to guard him. They give it off to Shirey. Looks like Richland might want to shorten this ball game. 2 team fouls so far for Cornersville, 1 for Richland, so it'd be a little while before either team would be shooting free throws. But Richland just taking the air out of the ball here. Oh, but it's stolen by Bennett. So doesn't end up working out for them there. Callahan to Campbell. McCormick comes up with the steal though. So it will be interesting to see if the Raiders do it again here or if they run their normal offensive set.
Yeah, that was off the defense of Cooper Jackson, who gets just enough of a hand on it to tip it over to McCormick. We've talked about that Cooper Jackson defense this season.
Jack Jackson spins out of it. 1.5 now remaining. Looks like Raiders still want to hold on to it. I understand the argument for this, but you've already had 1 turnover off of it. Or maybe you lull them to sleep and then you get an easy basket.
Yeah, see if anything just pops open for you. Run clock, you've got a lead, or you're going to force them to foul you.
Yeah, Raiders going to get it down to a minute here. And finally, they intentionally foul here. Cornersville does. That'll be the 3rd team foul.
It's going to go against Langford. The whole entire Cornersville bench and half of the fans were motioning for the reach-in foul on those passes. Took several seconds off the clock.
Delay of game called against Kanan Bennett. That's only a warning, as you know, he had reached over the line, over the threshold there on the inbound.
So the next one would be a technical. They do get the one warning.
Cooper Jackson is fouled immediately. That will be the 4th team foul. So it looks like Cornersville is content to let Richland shoot the free throws and then get the ball back themselves.
Gonna have to do the work at the line.
Jack Jackson brings it in. Up to Andrews. That's not the guy you want to foul. Finally, they do get him with the hand check. So with 50 seconds remaining, Richland up 45-43. Jamison Andrews will be shooting 2 free throws.
You get the feeling there could be a lot of free throws in this last 50 seconds of the game, and they're all going to be big when you've got a 2-point ball game.
First one is good. Andrews goes 1 for 2, so still a 1-possession ball game, 46-43. Need a huge stop here. Cornersville doesn't need a 3 here necessarily with 40 seconds to go. Callahan, top of the key, hands off to Bennett. Motion offense. Timeout Cornersville. We'll go ahead and stick with you. 37 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. Richland by 3. Cornersville takes a full timeout, Jennifer.
And my goodness, Mark, I mean, the energy level in this place, most everybody's on their feet. Just here at the end, you can see a lot of nervous rocking back and forth, a lot of motioning, you know, trying to get in their team support. This is one that you feel like is really going to come down to it with 37 seconds left. Richland does lead by 3.
You feel like, too, that part of this night might have been that Cornersville got kind of a gimme game against Cleoka last night. Richland had to play a top 2A team in Loretto.
And went toe-to-toe with them the entire night. So a lot of these main five and the few subs, that's who you saw last night. But your starting five were the bulk of the minutes. So you got to feel like there's a little bit of fatigue kicking in. But they got to go next level and dig deep this last 37 seconds.
You'd, of course, prefer to keep this from going to overtime, especially if you have some tired legs out there. Langford will inbound. 37 seconds remaining. Callahan off the screen, gives it off to Bennett. Bennett trying to screen off of Schillig here. Callahan, wow, terribly awkward shot there. And now McCormick is fouled underneath the basket. What is Callahan thinking there?
I don't know. He even tried to kind of create and lean in, and just not a high-quality shot at all.
Yeah. Like we said, we've seen a few
And it was
of those.
early. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought they would probably try to, well, I mean, you might want to work something quick, but I thought they'd work something down in low and then try to foul quick, but not the play I thought they'd draw up.
McCormick at the line. 3-point lead. Make it 4. 24 seconds remaining on the clock.
So that's a big bucket just because it extends this to a 2-possession game.
McCormick goes 2 for 2 after that one rattles home. Timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. We will stick with you. 48-43, Richland leads. Cornersville will have the ball with 24 seconds left. Cornersville needs a quick bucket. At this point, it probably needs to be a 3, down by 5 now. Richland, you get a defensive stop, this ball game's over.
Yeah, you just want to play solid defense. Don't commit any silly fouls, anything like that on a 3. And then just keep them covered up. You saw they were really keying in on Schillig and Bennett, not letting them get in that perimeter area at all. But, Mark, I don't know how they keep their nerves. I'm nervous for these guys. Part of it is because these are my kids that I see every day, and so I just want their best for them. But how do you keep your emotions in check in a moment like this? Just like McCormick stepping up and hitting both those free throws in a big moment.
Cornersville had taken a 43-42 lead, but since then, Richland on a 6-0 run. They lead by 5. Jackson fouls Schillig. You know, I like that call because you're wasting time. With 18 seconds left, if you just foul them each time they inbound, you can take a second and a half off the clock each time and maybe get them down to 12 seconds by the time they have to take a shot.
Well, that's the plan is, you know, they've got fouls to give. That was only the second team foul.
Langford drives baseline, gives it off to an easy shot for Courtemanche, but they get down to 9.8 seconds left when Courtemanche hits the shot, and they call a timeout. First points of the night for Courtemanche, 48-45. Richland will be inbounding.
So 9.8, Raiders are going to probably inbound and there's going to be a quick foul, I'm sure, by the Bulldogs. So you're going to have to win this at the free throw line.
Cornersville probably going to sell out to steal this ball, though, because they know that's by far their best chance here. You send them to the other side of the court for free throws. If nothing else, that wastes time, and you would still need a 3 even if they missed both.
Yeah, but 9 seconds, that's almost 10 seconds here. That's still
which is
a long
almost
time.
11, which is almost 12. They get into Cooper Jackson, and he's fouled. So Jackson now with 9.4 seconds, which is almost 10.
How did 4/10 is all that came off in that?
Yeah.
That didn't seem right.
Referee's coming over to have a chat.
Yeah, because they inbounded. Jackson dribbles once, turns, gets fouled, and all that happened in 4/10 of a second.
Yeah, I'd say a second and a half would have been what I would have called.
7.4, yeah.
So they take 2 seconds off.
That feels a little more accurate.
Jackson just needs to hit 1 here. Cornersville was trying to run the flag back and forth in front of the shooter's
I'm not
eye.
sure you can actually do that, too, in the midst of a free throw.
It's referee's call, but I've seen it called before, not allowed. Cooper Jackson not concerned.
Not even phased.
He hits both, and then they throw it in and lose the ball. Jameson Andrews steals it, and that'll do it, folks. 50-45, the Raiders win it and are your outright district champions here at Cornersville. So Lady Raiders win 52-26. Raiders win 50-45. And Richland are 8-0.
Yeah, hard-fought battle. I tell you, the Raiders had to kind of hang on there at the end. And credit, though, to Cornersville Bulldogs. They came with a game plan and really kind of pushed it to the wire. Good thing Raiders can hit some free throws in the stretch. That was the difference in the game at the end.
The tough thing is, though, for about the third time in the last 6 games, Richland had a stretch where they couldn't hit a three, and suddenly their offense just doesn't look the same when they can't. Because, you know, whenever you're boxing in on a 2-3 zone, Cornersville's seen the tape from the Moore County games. They know that that's your best chance to beat Richland. Now, granted, it's not always going to work because Jameson Andrews might hit 5 3-pointers on a given night. But when you're not hitting threes, suddenly that is the one way where teams such as Cornersville and Moore County, who are simply inferior in terms of talent, are able to make it a game, and it nearly worked tonight, Jennifer.
Yeah, that's what I said. They had a good strategy and game plan. You know, and credit their crowd for really kind of being that extra energy that they needed. Their student section especially really stuck with it from beginning to end, starting in the girls' game all the way through the boys' game. They were a lot of that effort as well. But Raiders really ready, able to hold it off, and like we said, comes down to those free throws that were clutch at the end. In that fourth quarter, they hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 free throws. But Cooper Jackson with the 2 there at the end to seal the deal, if you will, for the Raiders. And so 2 district titles belonging to the Lady Raiders and the Raiders. So a good night, good end for the regular season.
Absolutely. So Lady Raiders win it 52-26. Raiders win it 50-45. Running down your leading scores, 21 points, a game high for Cade McCormick, the most important player on the floor tonight, Jennifer.
Yeah, he really, when he'd get the ball down in the post, you could see the decision. Like when he'd get the ball, you knew the moments he was either looking to pass out. There was just a different look. But when he would square his shoulder just a little bit and turn to the basket, he had already made up his mind. He was going to find a way to connect. And, yeah, just a big game from McCormick, 21. And he had some hard falls. I mean, he's going to have some soreness when he wakes up in the morning. He was one of those I was mentioning. He's got to get up and go to take the ACT in the morning. Bless him. So he'll have to ice and worry about it later and focus on his academics. But, yeah, these guys really did have to battle hard. That's why it's called the Battle of Buford Station, because that's exactly what we saw here tonight. Lady Raiders take care of business early on, and then, like you said, big game from Cade McCormick and the Raiders. But McCormick leading all scorers with 21. Go ahead and get those others there, Mark.
14 for Cooper Jackson, 11 for Jameson Andrews, 2 points for Will Shirey, and 2 points for Lane Dooley. So once again, in double figures, 21 for McCormick, 14 for Cooper Jackson, 11 for Jameson Andrews. As for the Bulldogs, 13 for Aiden Campbell, 9 for Kanan Bennett, 9 for Connor Callahan, 7 for Colin Schillig, and 2 points apiece for Jacob Cordomanchi. Actually, he was the only one with 2 points. I don't know what I'm talking about. 5 points for Connor Langford. I can't read my own writing there.
2s, 5s, you know. They can
So,
look
Jennifer, we're finished with the regular season, but we're going to be back next Thursday and Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Going to ask for a bracket after tonight's game there. Should be a big week of basketball next week, but both the Raiders and Lady Raiders will be playing in the 1 versus 4/5 matchup because you have the play-in game between the 4 and the 5 on Thursday for the girls and Friday on the boys. It is in Moore County, a little bit of a drive, but I encourage you to go out.
Yeah, so we'll keep your ears open because those will be some good matchups. We've had some good district play, and so we'll have to just wait and see who those seeds are going to be. after the play-in games. But Raiders do wrap up the regular season as your district title holders outright. No coin toss having to decide. Of course, that was going to just decide seeding, but still don't have to worry about anybody finding a nickel to flip. So the Raiders took care of business. Made it an interesting one in the boys' side. Girls cruised to an easy victory on the first half of the night, 52-26. But Raiders hang on for a 5-point victory in the boys matchup. 45-50 is that win. And Mark, good season of basketball. Let's get into some playoffs.
Absolutely. So next week's programming, the Lady Bobcats will be playing on Monday night in the play-in game. They were the 4 seed there, tied for 3rd technically, but they did not own the tiebreaker over Lawrence County. They will be hosting Marshall County on Monday night. And then Giles County boys, and hopefully also the Giles County girls, will be playing on Friday night, because over there they actually play 4 straight games. 2 girls, 2 guys, all in one night. On their side, though, Richland, I believe, plays them separately. Girls Thursday, boys Friday, semi-final action. So, Jennifer, it was great to be alongside you tonight.
You too, Mark. Happy Valentine's to all our listeners tomorrow, so don't forget that if that snuck up on you. But 3-day weekend for us in the school area, because we get off Monday for President's Day. So I think these players probably well-deserved Monday rest to kind of recover after a couple of tough matchups last night, Loretto, tonight, Cornersville. But Mark, thanks for having me on, and as always, we'll look forward to Raider basketball in the playoffs.
Absolutely. And remember, also, happy Friday the 13th to those who celebrate. But Lady Raiders and Raiders sweep the night and sweep District 9A. They're your number 1 seed and district champs on both sides. And so I want to thank all of our fantastic sponsors. I want to thank our producer tonight, Scott Stewart, who gave us some feedback there as well. Landon Hodkins, our photographer tonight for
and
the
driver.
Plasky assistant. And driver, driving Miss Daisy here. And then also I want to thank Jennifer. So one final time, Lady Raiders and Raiders win it. For Jennifer Hawkins, I'm Mark Mize, saying thank you and good night.